All right, guys. I am here today. Good morning. I'm sorry I'm late. I see I can feel the judgment for me being late today, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I just want to say, for absolutely nothing, we're here, guys. We're here. NASDAQ has bounced back a little bit this morning. We were at 30,500s right now. Oil is still sitting nice and snug at $75 a barrel for WTI crude. And today is the first Kevin Warsh FOMC meeting. A lot of eyes are going to be on this Fed meeting today. We did get a 14-point, review of the MOU deal from CNN this morning. So we did get a 14-point review of this deal from CNN. It's still looking like they're going to do the signing on Friday, but the president has come out saying a couple different things this morning as well. We have retail sales data going live at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And honestly, we had a pretty red day yesterday. If we take a look here, we did have a pretty red day. Here's the NASDAQ. Let me put this up on screen. This was the day the NASDAQ gave us yesterday. Pretty red. You can see we dipped all the way down to 30.27s in Q. Dropped most of the day yesterday. Mostly bearish trends all day. And then this morning we filled about a third of that gap back up. So we are back up a little bit in markets. You can take a look at oil here today. Oil is still down. One of the interesting dynamics from yesterday is that oil dropped almost all day with the market. So oil and the market had a positive correlation yesterday. We mostly dropped all day with the market on oil. Gold has kind of been a little bit different, and the Dow and the NASDAQ are pretty much flat today. The Dow did fly up yesterday. So the Dow, people just rotated out of tech into, the Dow. Boomers. That's you? I'm just joking. I like you boomers. I'm just joking. Y'all are cool. Kind of. Here's the S&P 500 here. S&P 500 did drop all day yesterday as well. And then again, it filled about a third of this gap on the upside. But good morning, guys. Good morning. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, put it in 2x speed. We got a lot of stuff going on today, and it's a beautiful day. Let's see. Let me say hey to everybody. What's up, Charity, Ava, Zeke, Old Hack, Jonathan, Steve, Rooftop, Bobby, Farmer, Kaltenberg, Don, Alyssa, Sabars, Jay, D, Big Slum, Chan, the family guy, whatever, I don't know if I can pronounce that. The family, want to be a trader, good morning. Max, Ace, Sam, DJ, DX, Gamer Freak, Disciplined, MVK, Solar, Rooftop, Keo, Hayes, my dad's account, JMO, Solar, did I say Solar already? I think I might have. Trendline, hey, what's up, dude? Good morning. Shar, hey, what's up, brother? Good morning. Fender, good morning. We're here. Rick, hello. Good morning, guys. How you guys doing this week in markets here?
Hey, good morning from me. How's everybody doing?
This message will be deleted 5 seconds after this chat. Oh, look, it just did get deleted 5 seconds. Alex T, why'd you do that, brother? But good morning, Alex T. Hello, world. A fellow programmer. AJ. Halo. AJ, Crypto. MVK, good morning, guys. Brit is here. Yes, sir. Brit is here. Eyes by Rhonda. Good morning. Orphan Engineer. Good morning. Glass half full. Good morning, Bobo. Sorry. Just for fun. You got to say something important in the message, though, before you delete it. Like, you got to say, this is going to be the biggest day in markets. This message will be deleted in 5 seconds. You got to give us something to fear. Nobody cares.
Been a Mission Impossible reference.
It could have been. Definitely probably was. What's up, Thomas? Hey, good morning, dude. Good morning. All right, we're here today, guys. You can see SpaceX is at 207s, 206s. Let me rephrase. It was at 207s about 5 minutes ago. Now it's at 206s. It's dropping a little bit, but it still had a green day yesterday. Nvidia and chips still kind of sitting somewhere in the middle here. They're trying to figure out how much to get priced in on this deal. But there's Nvidia. You can see like Taiwan Semiconductors at 431s. Hyperscalers like Google and more sitting at 370 for Google right now. Amazon, Apple have been fading a little bit, but Apple had a good day yesterday with everything rotating out of tech. Yeah, the perfect trade code and then delete it. It needs to be something that we fear here. Retail sales data does release live today, guys. Kevin Warsh's first press conference. Will he be hawkish or dovish today? That's the big question. We all know he's going to pause rates. We know he's not going to be doing anything crazy like cutting interest rates right now or raising interest rates right now. We know he's going to be pausing rates, but the big question is whether he's going to be hawkish, meaning he is going to be high interest rate pushing, restrictive, or more in his tone, or whether he's going to be dovish, a little bit loose with his tone, a little bit more likely to cut in his tone, and we will see about that today. There's a lot of questions about how Kevin Warsh is going to be as FOMC chairman, and we will find some of those answers today. We did have European CPI come out this morning, mostly flat as expected at 3.2% on the year, 0.1% on the month. Core came in at 2.6%, slightly elevated, but everything else was basically flat. We had NBA 30-year mortgage rate show up at 6.6%, the same as it was last time. The president is also set to speak right at 9:30 this morning at the opening bell. So we do have a president speech today live, 9:30. We'll see what that looks like. But it's right at the opening bell, so that could cause volatility as well. Core retail sales expected at 0.6, retail sales expected at 0.5 today. FOMC expected to pause, and yeah, we'll see what happens today, guys. It's an interesting day for sure. But yeah, I spent my morning yelling at Claude because, you know, I'm abusive to AI. What can I say? It's AI. But yeah, so CNN. Sorry, Brink, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, AI never forgets, so.
Yeah, never forgets, never surrenders. You know, that's for sure. But no, we did get a full 14-point Iran MOU details per CNN published overnight. They published what they say is the full text of the U.S.-Iran Memorandum of Understanding. Number 1 was immediate end to war on all fronts, including Lebanon. No hostile actions, no use of force. Number 2 is mutual sovereignty, respect, no interference in internal affairs. Number 3 would be 60-day negotiation period for final agreement, extendable by mutual consent. Number 4 would be the lift of blockade. Number 5 would be Iran ensures Persian Gulf Sea of Oman shipping resumes within 30 days. Number 6 would be 300 billion rehab fund for Iran economic development in the 60-day implementation plan. Number 7 would be all U.S. sanctions to be lifted, including Security Council, IAEA primary and secondary. Iran reiterates to, quote, never produce nuclear enriched material status as final agreement. The status quo maintains that their status quo U.S. doesn't impose new sanctions or strengthen forces regarding the nuclear program status quo. Number 10 would be the Treasury Department waivers for Iranian crude exports and petrochemicals, banking, insurance, transport immediately. Number 11 would be frozen Iranian assets are going to be released. Number 12 would be the implementation mechanism. Number 13 would be final negotiations are contingent on Articles 4, 5, 10, and 11. And number 14 would be final agreement to be approved through binding UN Security Council resolution. Okay, so we said all these 14 points. But Tasnim now says that Bloomberg's alleged text is, quote, not accurate, but the finalized text will be published after the signing on Friday. Reuters also reported that new details are 300 billion private fund, not U.S. government money, apparently. Commitments already exceed 150 billion across 5 regions. And it's done to seed investment, will not contain U.S. government money or grants, according to Reuters.
Basically no taxpayer money.
Yeah, well, to a certain extent. We also had the president come out commenting on this. He said the Iran MOU is not final, referring to the 60-day negotiation period. He said, if I do not like what we see, we'll strike again. We'll discuss the deal at the press conference today, headed to Paris after a successful G7 dinner. So that is what's going on. We also have Hegseth and Ratcliffe that were CNN reporting that Hegseth and Ratcliffe were mostly pessimistic about Iran honoring the commitments. U.S. officials say the MOU text omits key back channel commitments and more. But we'll see what happens. Oil still at $75 a barrel here. Let's take a look at oil. Oil at $75 a barrel. Dropped yesterday and then dropped this morning as well. We are down on today and down pretty big yesterday for oil. We opened up the day, at like $80 a barrel for oil. Oil's now sitting at about 75s. So oil is down. Let me catch back up with the chat. What's up, Jay? Good morning. Punch, good morning. Sanguine, good morning. Sacrament, good morning. Bob, good morning. Willie, Good morning, Kaltenberg. Good morning, Checkerboard. Good morning, Wow, or Wool. Yeah, we'll see if oil keeps dropping. John suffering from AI psychosis. Bad dovish or hawkish tonight? I asked the chat, what did they say? What did you guys say when I asked the chat about hawk dove? Hawkish or dovish today, guys? Dovish. I see Steve say dovish. Neither hawkish nor dovish, data dependent. I can get down with data dependent. Oil is actually up since 3 a.m. Reverse back up. Well, yeah, I mean, we can isolate a time and say, hey, we're up since 3. I'm just talking about since yesterday evening's open. We are down on oil as well. We're up a little bit short term, but not a crazy amount. A couple percent. I'm leaning hawkish. Should I make a poll? I think I probably should. Will Kevin Warsh have a hawkish or dovish tone today? Yeah, let me give you guys some fun emojis. You know. Here you go. Just for you guys. Hawkish or dovish today? There's the poll. Vote. Let me know how you feel today, guys. Let me know how you feel. On the road with James. Keep watching. Hey, we'll see. Lucky Hawk, Dove, but dump. We have a slew of new energy tech companies developing new energy sources. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Punch is... I don't know. To me, he seems kind of the other way. Not regarding being a hater, but... Follow tweets, make money. Yeah, well... Not really. I don't think so. If you're in a trade when a tweet goes down, there's some type of poem I can make about this. If you're in a trade and the president tweets, you must retreat. You know, that's the poem.
Was that a beautiful haiku or a limerick? What was that?
I don't know. I'm not good with poetry. You know, they once say the truth is like poetry, and most people effing hate poetry. Definitely not my quote. It's definitely from the Big Short movie, but I like it. But yeah, if you're in a trade and the president tweets, you must retreat. All right, that's the quote I'm giving you today. You're welcome,
fan
guys.
Of modern poetry for the most part. I mean, I've heard a few that I liked, but I'll do like some of the older stuff from like the 1800s. You know, very eloquent, deep.
Yeah. Sam does poetry. Sam does.
Yeah. I mean, I Sam was counting the syllables, I guess, yeah.
Hard to see my dove character? Well, it's a dove. It's the only dove emoji we get, sir.
I think I like those 353. I'm not certain in terms of syllables for like the different lines or stanzas, whatever.
Dude better come in and be cool. Yeah. Regarding Kevin Marsh, we'll see what he does. A lot of people, I hear both sides fairly. They say he's going to be hawkish. I don't think he's going to be hawkish. I think he might be hawkish this meeting. And then if we get the deal done and everything looks good, then he's not going to be as hawkish, obviously. But it's hard to tell. You know, they've already basically made their decision, right? So, like, they make their decision during the meeting. It's a 2-day period for the meeting. So it's yesterday and today is where they're really sitting down making these decisions. So they've already made their decision. The statement's already written, you know. And so... But we did get, you know, I don't know. I don't know how Warsh is going to be today. I'm curious. You'll have to tune in and see, guys. Tune in and see. So far, 63% of the poll think he's going to be dovish. 37% think he's going to be hawkish. No time for retreat. You're either in the right direction or you're cooked. Bro, there's been a lot of times. The president tweets, I lose, and I retreat from the trade. This definitely happened. On stream. Kevin suggested a revised measurement to see inflation. He also suggested, which I love the FOMC stuff, but Kevin Warsh also suggested that the Fed be less, I don't want to say transparent. I want to say he said the Fed should be less public, less press conference, essentially, less public speeches by the Fed chairman. And so maybe we're going to see less speeches. Jerome Powell spoke a lot. I liked it because it gave me something to cover. But yeah. SpaceX, guys. 205s now. Still dipping. Is it time to buy SpaceX? Let me know. I've had a couple tweets where it's helped my trades. I don't know if it was tweets that helped my trades. It was mostly news. You know, I've had some news where it helped my trades, but
Tweets are kind of news, you know, because you always hear, like, in other news, you know, he said this.
it's definitely a type of news for sure.
Yeah.
CNN also reported maybe 20 minutes ago that given both the U.S. and Iran's secrecy around the language, it remains unclear whether the draft text shared with CNN will reflect the exact wording of the final document due to be signed in person on Friday. So basically what they're saying is it might not be accurate.
What if they're just trolling CNN?
Why every day is it time to buy SpaceX? Who said it's time to buy SpaceX? Yes, I did buy SpaceX. I'm very green on it.
Interesting why you asked that question.
Because SpaceX is the biggest IPO, and it's relevant to pay attention to, and I'm in it right now. And it's probably the biggest talking point regarding stocks right now, no?
It's pretty interesting considering, I mean, they've only been trading publicly for, what, 4 days now?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's worth the watch. It's been moving up big percentages, too, so it's one of the biggest stocks to watch right now.
But, I mean, you know, you have every right to ask the question, though.
No, that's fair. I'm going to buy SpaceX when it drops 50%. Yeah, the president's speaking. I don't know if it's an experiment to see if it affects the open, but it's probably going to affect the open.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was an experiment.
I would be more surprised if he spoke during the FOMC. Like, that would surprise me more.
Just to see if he could cut in on it?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't like... I don't know. This is Warsh, and he chose Warsh, so I doubt he would do that, right? That's why I'd be more surprised if he did it that way.
Yeah.
2:30 SpaceX today. I hope so, Mart. I hope so, brother. Bruce Buffer should announce Wash. That would be hyped up, dude. I would love that. Bruce Buffer.
But again, he also chose what's his name too. So
yeah, he chose Powell as well. SpaceX will take 3 to 5 years to grow to this valuation.
I don't know why I can never think of Powell's name until you say it. like, I know the name, I just can't ever think of it.
I feel like if I didn't know the name, people would be so mad at me. They'd be like, John, you've covered Powell for years. You know, you better know the freaking name.
To be fair, I do that kind of stuff all the time. I do that in Overwatch too, and I've been playing that for like 10 years.
Yeah. We tried Overwatch, dude. Just got destroyed yesterday. You know?
Yeah. We got to play the right game type.
I know, dude. I know. So Trump spoke about 30 minutes ago. He said the MOU doesn't include immediate sanctions relief, but we'll talk about this later. Swiss government says Qatar, Pakistan are going to attend the MOU signing on Friday. Iran also signed an MOU to buy 20 helicopters from Russia. Fitch said more emerging market sector outlooks move to deteriorate from Iran war. But again, the president did say the MOU is not final. If I don't like what I see, we'll continue to do what they've been doing. And he said the report on the $300 billion fund is false. That's what he says. So it's the Fed meeting day, guys. It's the Fed meeting day. Tesla dropped 40%. There's a lot of rotation going on right now in stocks, right? You can see it with the Dow NASDAQ divergence. Dow had a very good day yesterday. You can see the Dow's day yesterday got up to all-time highs. 5,000 or 52,638 in Dow futures. We're pulling back some from that, but you can see the Dow's day yesterday was very strong, very strong. Gotta sip my coffee a little bit. But yeah, Dow had a great day yesterday, and tech kind of did. It depends on which tech stocks we're talking about here. The Russell had an okay day back a few days ago, but actually kind of followed the rest of the markets. You can see the NASDAQ did have a bad day yesterday, but we rebounded about 30%. The S&P 500 here, similar thing. Bad day yesterday, but we rebounded a little bit, but we're still kind of flat today, so less rebounds today. What's up? Hello. What's up, Jason? Okay, dude, are you just saying? Come on now, bro.
It's 2 or 3 people saying that. I'm not sure why they're saying that.
Well, it's somebody just messing with things. I don't know if they're just children. Stop with the 6-7s or you're going to get banned in here real quick. Hello, dude. Do it again, bro. They are 12 years old. That's why they've got to be like 12, you know.
Hey, Brittany, think we can beat Ben? I mean, I'm not in control of that.
I can do it. Here. 5-minute timeout for all of them. Sit in the corner. Think about what you've done, sir. You're banned. You're banned. I got him. I got him, guys. Listen, I'm on it here today. I watched the chat the whole time.
You get a ban. You get a ban.
Everybody applause. I'm like Oprah with bands today. I'm like Thor. All right. This is what I do here, guys. This is what I do. This is my skills. I've developed a certain set of skills in life, and that's one of them. You're now banned. You know, let's see if they come back in 5 minutes.
John, did you buy the Dow?
No.
Bogdan wants to know.
No, I did not. I'm sorry, boomers. I did not buy the Dow. I'm sorry. Yeah, I expect applause right now.
I didn't get a
the
run out of that guy.
Yeah, saving the stream one ban at a time. Guys, one ban at a time. Yeah, I'm going to put it on my resume as well. my daughter made a resume, guys. She's 16, and it's funny. Because she has no job experience, so she's listing things that normally wouldn't go on resumes. Showed leadership skills. Yeah. Showed leadership skills and doing the dishes every day. I can't remember what it says, but it says it's like something like that. Leadership skills, dishes, hard work,
Well, you gotta start somewhere when you don't have anything to write.
I know, I get it, bro. I get it, dude. I'm glad she even made one. Good for her,
Yeah.
John is the Messi of trading. That's right, brother. Dude. Have you got any advice for a trader? What's up, G-Man? Hey, good morning, brother. Good morning. Have you got any advice for a trader low on confidence? Well, I think it honestly depends on why you're low on confidence. Are you low on confidence because you're losing? And then another aspect of that question would be, are you losing because you're managing the trades poorly, or are you losing because your strategy's not playing out? I think sometimes new traders stick to one strategy and they don't deviate from that strategy, and they just kind of keep losing, and they don't really recognize that whatever they're doing is not freaking working. So they keep attacking it. Like an example would be high of the day breakouts. When I was new as a trader, I kept attacking high of the day breakouts. And I would do it over and over and over again, attacking these high of the day breakouts, and I would just keep getting dumped on. Every time I'd buy it, dump, lose. And I kept doing it for way too long because I assumed that was a good strategy, and it wasn't most of the time. And so I think it depends on how stubborn you're being with your strategies. There's different strategies for each market condition, for each setup, and as you grow, you learn that it's more complex than just attacking one strategy all the time. And so it just depends on why, sir. Made 4.4 thousand this morning, and I'm out. Glad to be skipping FOMC. Bond yields. Yeah, let's take a look at yields, guys. Let's take a look at yields. Ahead of this Fed meeting, yields are relevant. Here's the 10-year Treasury yield. Honestly, it's basically where it was yesterday. So here's 10-year Treasuries. They're slightly up today, slightly. But, we can look at this and see they're basically where we were yesterday. We dropped a lot yesterday morning, and so we're basically where we were midday yesterday for yields. We're not really moving that much at all for them. So today, FOMC, and then July 4th, FOMC also. No, there's not an FOMC meeting on July 4th. There might be the FOMC minutes report July 4th. I'll have to go see, but I don't think so either. They're not going to do it on...
Maybe it's an FOMC, like July 4th breakout party,
Yeah, FOMC celebration party maybe on July 4th, but I don't see anything. Let me look. Hold on.
FOMC rave.
Yeah,
July 4th rave.
Yeah, there's, I think FOMC, July 4th is on a weekend, so no, there is definitely no FOMC on the weekend, sir. The rate cut odds, if we look at them here today, guys, per the CME watch tool, it's pretty likely we're going to pause rates today. I mean, it's very unlikely we're going to do anything outside of that. At this point in time, the odds have kind of switched back and forth a little bit, but we're basically 99.6 likely that we are going to keep rates the same as of today. About a 0.4% chance we'll hike rates 25 basis points, which is not going to happen. So basically markets are obviously already know. But when we look at odds for a rate cut this year, they're staying pretty clear at about 60-40 odds of a rate hike. So there's about a 60% chance that we're going to get a rate hike this year. About a 60% chance. As of now, this is always subject to change depending on the conflict, oil, The press conference today will certainly influence this. We'll see if we get like a base case moving forward for the rest of the year. But I assume Warsh is going to say we're in a wait and see approach depending on what happens, seeing what happens with oil, seeing what happens with geopolitics, seeing what happens with markets, seeing what happens with the labor market and jobs and unemployment. I assume he's going to be pushing a wait and see approach. Which I can't really blame him for. Like I've said before, prior to this conflict, I might agree we could cut interest rates and be okay. As long as you don't print, we might be okay. As of now, in the midst of this conflict, even though it's looking like it could be easing some, I still think we should obviously not cut interest rates right now. Does anybody think we should cut interest rates right now, guys?
I don't know, but hypothetically, what happens? What happens if they do cut rates, like in this environment?
It could potentially cause more inflation. So it could potentially cause more inflation is what happens. So like markets might be pricing in fear of too much stimulation. A 25 basis point rate cut is generally not going to cause, they're not going to be super inflationary. Again, printing like quantitative easing is generally more inflationary than just basic rate cuts. But in a already fearful economy of inflation, then, it's not a good look. It's not a good look, I think is what it is. With oil prices as high as they have been, it's not a good look,
Dude.
Yeah. No, we shouldn't. Still have to wait for the true data. Yeah, I just went ahead and banned all those guys.
Just now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw it starting to pop back up again.
Yeah.
I was immediately irritated.
I told him I went dad mode on him. I stuck him in the corner and I was like, sit in the corner and think about what you've done for 5 minutes. You're banned for 5 minutes. And then they came back immediately after 5 minutes, which means they're probably a bot. I just had to go ahead and ban them completely. Everybody give a moment of silence for the banned people here. Inflation could be transitory this time. He wants long-term interest rates to increase versus short-term decrease. We don't need any more inflation, especially after the spike in oil. Yeah, 30 minutes so bearish. Are y'all bullish on bearish markets today? No, I didn't ban you, bro. I didn't ban you, Benny. I assume that you were just a young person and you heard them. That's like, that's like the young people's bat signal. So I just assumed that you were just following trends here saying it. And you weren't actually a part of it. You were basically a lookout. That's what you were. So you're allowed to stay, but but you're on thin ice, pal. Boomers. that one's for you. You're on thin ice, dude.
Don't make John turn this car around.
Yeah. I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm just disappointed, dude. Okay, I'm just disappointed. You're not banned. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. But anyways, guys, are y'all bullish or bearish on the Nasdaq right now? Bullish or bearish on the Nasdaq? Nasdaq at 30.44 thousand here. Is Warsh historically hawkish? Warsh has been... It depends on what you consider hawkish. Warsh has been... Warsh has historically wanted lower interest rates, sure. So if you look at it just in terms of rates, you could say Warsh is more dovish, right? But Warsh has also historically been very critical of quantitative easing money printing. Quantitative easing is when the Fed creates online money and buys up bonds with it. It's basically money printing. It is definitely inflationary. And so Warsh has been very critical of that. He was critical of it when it happened in 2008, 2007. He was critical of it when it happened in 2020. And so Warsh is... People interpret Warsh as hawkish just because he's been critical of quantitative easing. And to a certain extent, that's true because quantitative easing is a dovish monetary policy, right? So if he's against QE, he's hawkish in some people's minds. But he's also been pretty friendly for rate cuts as well. So he's been... It's hard to say whether Warsh is historically a hawk. When Warsh was first announced as FOMC chairman, like he finally got confirmed as FOMC chairman, markets reacted negatively, assuming he was going to be more hawkish than some of the other picks that were out there on the table. So markets originally did interpret Warsh's confirmation as FOMC chairman as hawkish. And so, yeah.
So, I mean, and it's just what it sounds like. It sounds like he's kind of or at least tries to be an objective person. I don't know.
Sure.
I mean, like if you're coming with approaches that kind of conflict with each other,
Right.
That doesn't usually happen unless looking at things at least somewhat objectively.
It's balanced. Yeah, it's balanced. The Bank of Japan is currently doing that right now, where, they're still doing quantitative easing, I believe, but they're still doing QE, but they're also raising interest rates. So, the Bank of Japan is doing a similar thing to that now. I asked the chat whether we're bullish or bearish today. I see mostly bulls in chat. Bull, Yogi Bear. Actually, no, I see mostly bears. Bear, dovish, bull, bear. So we're kind of mixed, actually. Dip, then rip on Monday. What's up, Elated Trader? What's up, Kim C? He bought and paid for. What the heck we talking about? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Listen, Trump appointed Jerome Powell as well, dude. So, like,
yeah,
it doesn't.
When I was looking earlier. I mean,
yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean just because Trump appointed him that he's going to be like an ultra dove and jump in and start printing and cutting interest rates. That's not what it means. As well as, like, Warsh is just one vote in the Fed. Look at the NASDAQ start to dip here, though. NASDAQ is dipping a little bit. But yeah, he's just one vote.
So does the chairman realistically not really have any more power than any other board member? They just
Well, they have more power. They're kind of the leader of the Fed, right? So, they have more power than just a basic board member, but you still need the amount of votes. They still have to come to an agreement.
But they have a little more sway in the board,
right.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly. Right. They have more sway. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so the board kind of unless it's just something they absolutely don't agree with, the board kind of tends to go with them.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember John saying the market usually dips 10% after the change in FOMC chairman. Yeah, it does. We'll see what it does today, though. I think it's a different market right now. I think it's an interesting market for sure, but we'll see. We'll see. Again, retail sales data does drop in 40 minutes. 40 minutes for retail sales data. I don't know how much movement we're going to get from retail sales data. It depends on what we show up as, I guess, high or low. If we show up super strong, maybe we'll get some movement. If we show up super low, maybe. But it's it's the FOMC chairman.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Max.
Yeah. That one was typing with us. Yeah, everything is different under the market. We have the Sunday night opening gap to fill. Yes, sir, we do. No, PDT is amazing. Yeah, PDT rule is gone. Over. Done. The NASDAQ is dipping down. I might short the NASDAQ just assuming we're going to have choppiness right now. I'm really thinking about it. I might. Big if. Are you guys red or green so far today? I saw most people talking in our Discord. They're saying they were green today, I think. But are you guys red or green right now? Chat, right now, red, green. Let me know what you guys think. PDT rule was the most unnecessary rule. Yeah, I didn't like the PDT rule either. It basically just allowed banks to sit on your money longer and earn more interest is what it did. Yeah.
I don't like that. I mean, unless
I don't like it either. Slightly red, no trade, green, flat, green, slightly green. All the conflict news, John. If we hit 31K in the NASDAQ, you should quit vaping. I'm trying, bro. Listen, I went to jiu-jitsu last night. And my cardio is a mess. I won my rounds, but I had to sit out every other round. And so my cardio
did you get grief for it?
No, not really. But yeah, listen, we hit 31K, I will quit. On the spot right now.
I'm surprised you didn't get grief, especially when they saw you like rolling over to the side and taking a smoke break,
Dude, I would never hit it there, dude. I would never. I would get so much crap if I hit it there. And so I'm gonna have to quit. I quit for years. It's tough. It's tough.
Honestly, if you've ever been a smoker, it's hard. Okay, not super hard, but it's hard to stay quit consistently for years and years and years. Like a lot of people backslide and smoke for like 6 months, whatever,
right,
and then quit again.
No, 100%. It happens, dude. It really happens. It's a tough thing to do. The smell, it's a nasty addiction. The smell will get you. And that's what originally got me started again. I was at a concert and the smell, dude, the smell,
Was it the one we went to?
No, just a different one.
Another different one.
Yeah. I know, guys. I know. Chat, y'all are yelling at me. I get it.
For me, it's always been like, not that I ever liked smoking. It's just always been kind of a social lubricant. You know, it's like a thing to do with people.
Right. And that's what it is. It's social, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, getting old for the week. That's right. Oil grinding up. Yeah, oil's up a little bit, and the Nasdaq is falling down here. So the Nasdaq has fallen some. I do think we're going to get choppiness today, and I think if we're going to attack a strategy, I think it needs to be a sideways range-bound strategy. So, like, we get up to tops, I might short. If we get some good setups at highs, I might short. If we get good setups at lows, I might long. That's my plan today. What is your plan for the market today, guys? Let me know, but that is my plan. A lot of the time ahead of FOMC, because markets don't know what to expect, we range sideways. It might be a big range, might be a small range, but a lot of the time ahead of FOMC, you know, yeah. And remember, U.S. retail sales expected to go up 0.5% in May, the same as April's reading. Year over year last time, 4.9%. The Chicago Fed's Advanced Retail Trade Summary, which tracks the U.S. Census Bureau's monthly retail trade survey, says the retail and food services sales, excluding autos, are projected to decrease 0.3% in May versus 0.7% gain in April. On a seasonally adjusted basis, they're projected to decrease by 1.3% adjusted for inflation. Bank of America's monthly consumer checkpoint data is more optimistic, though, however. But Bank of America's internal card data points to robust consumer momentum in the month, with total card spending up 5.1% in May, which is the strongest in nearly 4 years. Bank of America said the strength is not just gas, noting that spending held firm across goods and services. It also said that the gap between income cohorts narrowed materially in both spending and wage growth. Some of this convergence may reflect the World Cup boost that we're getting right now. They also said consumer financial health looks okay, with no clear signs that households are leaning on borrowing or fund spending, although savings rate has eased a little bit. Saving levels remain elevated. After retail sales, and while the print will have no sway on the decision, traders do, wait for the FOMC decision. We will have an updated summary of economic projections today. So the reason this is important is because, number one, it's Kevin Warsh's first Fed meeting. Number two, every other meeting, so every 3 months, basically, these meetings happen every 6 weeks. So every other meeting, basically every 3 months, we get a summary of economic projections released today, the dot plot. So it's basically where each Fed member thinks rates are going. And so we will get an update on that. And I think that's going to be a crucial update for today's Fed meeting regarding rates, where we're going, where they think we're going at the very least. We'll see some changes in where we were last Fed 3 months ago, where they thought we were going in rates versus today, where they think we're going in rates. And I think that's relevant, obviously, with everything going on. Again, the Fed is widely expected to hold rates. Money markets price in about 18 basis points of hikes this year. So, yeah.
Can you get rid of that? Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I got him.
He's gone. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably better that we don't even acknowledge him, realistically. He'll get tired of creating accounts. He's just creating one account, signing in on another. That's how it goes. How about crude oil today? Well, crude is down net. It dropped a lot yesterday, kind of with the rest of the market here. But here's the red to green level on crude. So crude is actually starting to push up some. Here's the red to green level. It's at 66.62 for WTI, West Texas Intermediate crude. And we're starting to head up a little bit. Volume is also starting to increase as we get deeper into the morning. But oil is starting to head up a little bit. But remember, here's the previous close. So we get over this, we're technically green on the day for oil. If we're under this like we are today, we're technically red on the day. Yeah, probably I should ban that keyword. That's actually a good idea. That'll be pretty simple. I will do that right now, sir. Right now. Pretty easy to do. Now that is a banned word. Nobody can use that word ever from now on. Nobody can use that word ever from now on. It is a banned word here. And if you use it, it won't let you now.
You mean the word 67?
Try to use it right now and see what happens, guys. Just try. Don't do it. But if you do, get out of there. Found you yesterday and now I'm here for life. Thank you, TA8, Tyler. You can try, Asif. I don't know what it's going to do to you if you try. It probably won't let you do it. You can type it out now. It didn't work. I don't see any of it. Yeah, y'all can type it out, but I'm saying using the words.
Enough with all this chicanery,
Yeah. Shenanigans in the chat right now. Shenanigans. All right, guys. No, it's just on your screen. I can't see it in mine now. We fixed it, guys. We fixed it. Yeah, listen, like I said, we're here. We're here. All right. LME also said they signed an agreement with the Shanghai Futures Exchange to launch an all LME listed futures contract that will allow market participants outside of China to acquire exposure to the SHFE flat steel market. Dude, my nose is always stuffy, bro. It's acid reflux is what it is. It has nothing to do with it. It's been stuffy for years. Stuffiest nose ever, guys. Definitely stuffiest nose ever. Yeah, see, look, it won't let you do it, guys. I'm on this.
Because he gets kicked in the nose all the time in jiu-jitsu.
Honestly, I got kneed in the nose, for sure. But it happens, you know. Yeah. All right, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I might take a trade in the NASDAQ. Here's 7 o'clock. Or here's 8 o'clock in markets. So we have 30 minutes until retail sales. If we get a big enough bounce, I will short the NASDAQ. If we get a big enough bounce. See if we can trend back down towards that 30,300 previous closing price on the NQ here. There's the NASDAQ. Here's the previous close right here. And you can see we did hold some support there as well, right? Like, look, right here. 30,300. Big hold dollar number 2. We get a bounce up to the VWAP here. I will short it probably at 450s. Try to ride it down to 4s, maybe lower, and see what happens there. That's the plan right now. Won $1,000 in World Cup. Hey, good job, dude. We all love you, John. We fight for you out here. Listen, I know. I know.
They're great. They're great, man. Like, in the case of an apocalypse, I would band together with the chat. You know, we would survive.
I believe we would. I believe we would. Trump just said if they don't like the MOU. Yeah, he said that maybe 30 minutes ago regarding, you know, if he didn't like it, we'll go back to business. That's basically what he said.
Yeah, maybe he was just reiterating, you know.
Yeah, I don't freaking know, dude.
I'm just teasing.
We are getting a little bounce here. I don't know whether to short this yet. I would like 450s. We get up to 440s, I'll still probably short, though. And we might not get up there. But that's what I'm kind of waiting on. We would protect you, Brit. Brit would need your protection, I think. You know?
I would. I'm a babe in the woods. You know, I need help.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, what's up, Uncle Nelly? Good morning, dude. Google analysis. Yeah, Google hyperscaler. Actually had a pretty good day yesterday for Google here, but it's down a little bit this morning. But Google's had a great year. You can see it started the year off last July at about 162 12 months ago. It's now at 370. So a very, very good year for Google. They're doing really, really well. We already know what he's going to say. Yeah, the president speaks live 9:30 this morning. 9:30 this morning, the president speaks. This is ahead of the FOMC meeting later on today.
Dude, he's totally doing this on purpose. Like, there's no way he's not.
Who?
I can't hear you. Hold on. You went quiet. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm just saying, like the odds that it's just coincidentally speaking at 9:30. It's just maybe it's a coincidence, but I think you called it earlier when you said it might just be an experiment.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, thank you for the subscribe, Tommy. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we're gonna go into sub only mode real quick. Yeah, I'll try that show. Thank you, bro. I'll try it.
I'm a farmer. We would all have to live off the sweet potatoes. Hey, man, I love sweet potatoes. Like
sweet potatoes are
yams.
alright. They're okay.
Candied yams are great, dude.
Yeah, candy yams are good, but you know. Bro, I bought gold in at 5,000, sold at 4,100, jumped in service now at 110. Now it's 101 today. You're doing something wrong there, Alith. You're probably holding it too short, in my opinion. If you would have hold both of those, I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. But if you were going to hold both of those for a long time, you'd still make money in both of them, probably. Probably.
I mean, I would tend to agree. Just looking at historical patterns, I mean, it's definitely, you know, crashed a couple times over the years, but it always rebounds eventually.
Yeah, I think gold for sure would probably be fine long term. 5,000 still well above where we are now, but and because we're gonna have so much inflation, you know, gold is probably a little bit safer than the software company ServiceNow. But I like ServiceNow, but there's more inherent risks with it. I think ServiceNow down. It had a big red day yesterday. Microsoft dipping down some too and had a red day yesterday as well. So software is a little bit more at risk, I think, personally. But you'd still probably make money with it long term.
I think so. Where's I mean, I don't think we've ever checked this, but what's palladium pricing at?
Let me look.
Okay.
What's the symbol for palladium in the futures, guys? What's the symbol for palladium in the futures? It's at about 1350s, is what I show. But what's the symbol in futures? I don't really trade palladium, but yeah, it's at about 13.5s. I think it's PA.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm looking for the symbol. Oh, here
I was reading something.
It's yeah, it's 1350 right now for palladium.
Okay, I was reading something the other day and said, if you like gold but it's too expensive, you should buy palladium or buy platinum. It's like, I can't afford that either.
Hey, thank you, Abra. Thank you, Stefan. Appreciate the subscribes, my friend. We appreciate them. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Have you tried using ServiceNow? It's a bad software. The reason they're doing business and sales strategies, another company wants to invest in their solutions. XPD. Yeah, the futures is /PA for anybody that wants to know for palladium. Stoxel is moving. Yeah. Dang it, I can't type right now. Yeah, it is moving a lot here. Big red day for chips yesterday, though. I get NVIDIA down yesterday. TSM down yesterday.
PPLP is platinum. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Palantirs? Hey, what's up, Jesse? Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. I appreciate the subscribes, my friends. Hit the like button. We're going to trade today. I might short now. The NASDAQ here. Attack chop, potentially. All right, we jumped in a short. We'll figure it out here. It's small, but we'll try. We jumped in a short. Spacex again, guys. Today. 204 is still green. 201 closed. 201.80s. MU took a dump too. Did it really? Let me see. MU. I mean, yeah, but a dump on MU is still over $1,000. It did dip from 1130s that it was. Yeah, it did dip down to under 1100s. Is this down that much?
By a large margin? Or?
I mean, it's define large for MU. Again, my point in this is that MU is still up a shocking amount here. Okay, so we are going on this trade.
I guess it's all relative.
Yeah.
Bitcoin dumping.
Yeah. Bitcoin is under 65,000. He got up all the way up to, dare I say it, 67s though. So Bitcoin did dump under 65K. It is red on the day so far today, but it had a pretty good day yesterday despite the market and like microchips and stuff moving down. How long until FOMC meeting? Listen. We got to use our clues here today. I'm not going to say in big letters right underneath my face. Right underneath my face. I'm not saying there's a timer that's counting down the exact amount of time precisely until the FOMC meeting. I'm not saying it. I'm not going to tell you that,
But he might hint at it strongly.
There could be a big timer right underneath me, sir. There could be one. I'm not saying there is, but,
I will say this, John, just in all fairness to the person that you're kind of chastising or whatever. In all fairness, you did put it right beneath your face, and your face draws the eye, John. Right. And so like
everybody's looking here,
Yeah,
they're looking
people aren't
here.
seeing that.
Yeah, they're looking at this face right here.
Yeah.
This beautiful, handsome face right here. I look just like a Forrest Griffin. They say just like Forrest Griffin, the most handsome guy in MMA.
The most beautiful man since Narcissus.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What is the news, John? Retail sales data drops in 22 minutes. So we do have retail sales data dropping. Again, I am in my trade right now. Oh my goodness. I look away for just a second. Guys, for just a second. Is this news driven? I look away for just a second and now I'm down. I have to cut it. What happened? News?
It went the other way.
Yeah, it definitely went the other way.
Can we see Britt too? He might be more handsome. No, there's no way. I'm all right looking. John's more handsome.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? You know, what is the Nasdaq running on here though? What is the Nasdaq running? Do we get anything, or is this just markets merging? Engaging extensively with the EU on steel measures. Stellantis CEO Maserati will be part of our global strategy. Australian unions reach deal with INPEX to end long LNG strikes. We got a nice little rebound. Here's the VWAP that I talked about. I'm tempted to take another trade here, but I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Nasdaq did get up to that VWAP, though. But we are rebounding here in the NQ. Look at this. Still on a trend, though. We'll see if it holds. Volume weighted average price. It's a volume weighted moving average. I don't see any tweets or anything like that. We would already get breaking news on our apps if we had something like that. So
yeah, I've been checking too, and so I'm not seeing anything either.
Yeah, it's this purple line right here. The 200 exponential is this yellow one. Well, AI bounce? Well, it depends on what kind of AI we're talking about. Really. We're talking about hyperscalers. We're talking about chips. We're talking about memory. Depends on which sector of AI, really, because there's different sectors for sure now. I finally tried Claude. Yeah, Claude's great. I yell at him, and I'm kind of mean to him, but he's great. Don't tell him I told him that, though. Yeah, don't tell him I told you. No. We gotta keep
Claude's coming for you, John.
Yeah, we gotta keep it, you know. We got a reputation with Claude.
Gotta keep it on the QT.
Right, we gotta make sure he knows who's his boss. Why is the market so addicted to 0% rates? What do you mean 0% rates? There's got to be some news in the Nasdaq causing it to pop. I would assume this is some type of news here because look at the Nasdaq jump. Buys are stepping in here.
Still don't see anything. I mean, I know there's...
Does anybody see news right now on the Nasdaq? Look at this rebound. We've had a pretty big upswing today, but don't see any news, but the pop feels weird. Yeah, definitely kind of strange pop. If we get back onto the VWAP, maybe I'll short more. No news. Yeah, I don't see any news either. You're the news guy. I know, guys. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Grab more SpaceX. It's not an FOMC leak, bro. It's definitely not an FOMC leak. Definitely not an FOMC leak.
You know, I bet the news just got out that you were trading, John.
Yeah, they're like, John's in. Go the other way now. They say, go the other way now.
Yep.
We got over the VWAP, though. Let's see if we hold it. I still think we're going to range sideways today. So I don't think we're going to have anything crazy.
Ace Fly says maybe it's related to some tech stock specifically.
Yeah, that's possible. Let me look at NVIDIA and some other stuff. MU's holding up okay. NVIDIA did rebound some. So maybe that's what this is. Google, AMD. I'm not trading anything. Oil bounce. I'm assuming oil's dropping unless it's still moving with the market. Yeah, oil's actually fading back down some here. So. Yeah, I did jump into a short at the 200 EMA here. I'll try to put this up for you guys. We got a complete retracement of that candle. I thought it might be a fake out. I'm going to take half off there again. Can y'all see this? Let me check. Like I said, I think a range-bound trades today make sense. More sense than normal.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
If traders are getting anxious ahead of Kevin Warsh's first interest rate meeting at the helm of the Federal Reserve, they aren't really showing it. That type of sanguine posture can make the market vulnerable to near-term declines.
Yeah.
That sound really smart, but that was from a different source.
Yeah, no, you're good. Half the time, it makes you seem really smart covering the news. But
I know.
All right, so I am in short here. I'll hold the rest break even roughly. We've made money, but we kind of got a big bounce, a big dip, and then another decent sized bounce. Let's see if the VWAP props this down here, though, is what I want to see. Maybe I'll add a little bit to this. So if we start breaking back down again some more. There we go.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. If all I have to do to sound smart is read well, I can pull that off.
Yeah, that's all it takes,
Yeah, you read something, people are like, ooh.
Yeah, this guy knows. All right, we're gonna take a little bit more off here. See if we can start breaking down under the short-term moving average right there. Big pop up. Yeah, I gotta cut it right there too. It might fake me out, but we made money. We'll see what we do on the rest today. But we're green on the day. That's nice. Got a little cushion. Yeah, remember, guys, so we're going to recover this again here. Again, retail sales data releases in 15 minutes. CNN did release a report about what was said potentially that what's going to be in the U.S.-Iran deal. Number one, an immediate and permanent end to the conflict on all fronts. Number two, they're going to undertake respect for each other's sovereignty, territorial integrity, and refrain from interfering with each other's internal affairs. Number three, Iran and the U.S. undertakes to negotiate and reach a final agreement within 60 days max, extendable by mutual consent. Number four, immediately upon signing, the U.S. lifts the blockade and prevents any interference and restores traffic within a minimum of 30 days to its full capacity. The traffic of ships shall be proportional to the pre-conflict volume of traffic on the part of Iran. The U.S. also undertakes to withdraw its forces from the areas within 30 days of final signing of the agreement. Upon signing the MOU, Iran will immediately take steps to ensure the movement of merchant ships through the Gulf to the Sea of Oman and vice versa. Number six, the U.S. undertakes, together with its regional partners, to create a comprehensive plan agreed upon by both sides for the rehabilitation and economic development of Iran while ensuring financing at least $300 billion. The U.S. commits to ending the conflict for number seven on a schedule to be agreed upon part of the final agreement. Number eight is that Iran reiterates they will never produce nuclear. The Islam Republic of Iran and the U.S. have agreed that the fate of enriched material and the fate of all other mutually agreed material issues, including their nuclear needs, will be adequately addressed in the final agreement. Number nine, they will maintain the status quo. U.S. undertakes, number 10, U.S. immediately after the signing and until the date of lifting sanctions, Treasury Department will issue waivers for exports of Iranian crude. Number 11, the U.S. undertakes that in light of progress negotiations toward a final agreement, frozen or restricted funds will be released. Number 12, Iran and the U.S. agreed that an implementation mechanism will be established to oversee the successful implementation and future commitment to the final agreement. Number 13, following the signing, commencement of implementation of Articles 4, 5, 10, and 11. Number 14, the final agreement will be approved by the UN Security Council. All right, so oil's jumping. I'm assuming the NASDAQ is still dropping here. Look at oil jump. NASDAQ is kind of chopping sideways over the last 5 minutes, though. Yeah, Bitcoin is down. 65,000 here. And one of the things that's going to affect Bitcoin today is the Fed meeting, obviously. With the Fed meeting in light, with the Fed meeting here, Bitcoin wants easing. So if Kevin Warsh comes out a lot more hawkish than people expect, Bitcoin might go down. And so I think that's the dynamic for crypto today and Bitcoin specifically. If Kevin Warsh is much more hawkish than expected, Bitcoin might go down. And so we'll see what the tone looks like with Warsh, but yeah. Yeah, we're talking about Bitcoin right now. Fed meeting is at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Most importantly, they will be dropping off shipments. Well, we'll see. I should have held that short of the NASDAQ, though. Look at the NASDAQ dip here. 441s right now. Still have about 12 minutes until retail sales data. But it is the FOMC day, guys. And again, I guess the big question is, are you bullish or bearish on this FOMC day? I'm also going to put it in sub-only mode real quick right now. Why is it asking me? What changes? I don't even have any changes. Oh. We are going to throw this thing in sub-only mode. Discard changes. What changes? Oh, I guess we're going to do it anyway. What changes have I made here? Alright, yeah, we're going to throw this thing in sub-only mode. Whatever changes, we will discard, apparently. Dude, YouTube's acting up today, guys. I'm just going to exit out of all this stuff and then re-add it back. See, now it's acting right. I don't know what it was doing. Alright, so here's a rebound. This does look like a short. It does look like a short. Sub-only mode is here, guys. There we go. Non-trolls unite. Sub-only mode is here. Yeah, let me check Polymarket. We can check. Yeah, I'm checking this right now. Yeah, there's a less than 1% chance that Kevin Warsh cuts rates today. Here's what will be said during this FOMC meeting. So, like, here's the current odds on what Warsh will say during this FOMC here. Will he say inflation 40 plus times? No, I don't think so. Inflation 40 plus times, bro, during this press conference? That seems excessive. Do they really say it that much? What's the average amount of times inflation is said during these press conferences? It's got to be something similar to this if the odds are like this, but I don't think he's going to say it 40 plus times.
Would anybody be suspicious if he came out and just said it 40 plus times back to back?
Consecutively? Inflation. No, maybe they wouldn't be. I would laugh if he did, though. I would laugh if he did.
That would be hilarious.
A bearish on Bitcoin. Yeah. Inflation. That was the first 40 quotes. You know, dude, he would get fired immediately, bro. He would be fired immediately, dude. He would be out of there, bro, if he did that. Real quick, he would be out of there, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He'd be gone. That would be funny though. I'd laugh still.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'd laugh still. My guy just comes out there saying, "Good morning. Inflation." Yeah.
Just say it like really fast before they like do that Bo Peep thing and hook him around the neck and yank him off stage.
Just tell him it's Tourette's, undiagnosed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Dual mandate. Yeah. Well, let me see how many times they think he's gonna say dual mandate. He'll say job. They think 15 times. A 46% chance he'll say job 15 times. Does he mention Jerome Powell? I think he probably mentions it at least once. And yeah, they have it roughly 70% likely that he's going to mention Jerome Powell. Will he mention Trump? 20% likely. I think he might. That might be a good. I mean, I'm not telling you to do anything here, but I think he'll mention him at least once.
Someone says he'll say it 39 times. What? Like he took the under?
I would laugh, and then the market crashes. The market might actually crash if he did that. Real quick, look at the NASDAQ jump a little bit here. So the NASDAQ's going back up. Very choppy range, though. The range is small. I might wait for this range to break. We do have exactly 8 minutes left until retail sales chat. Exactly 8 minutes. Yeah, Bitcoin under 65. Data dependent. Yeah, I'm looking at kind of some of the odds. I think with Warsh, it's kind of up in the air, though, whether he says some of this stuff. So I don't think it's like, I think we had so much history of Jerome Powell that sometimes those bets might be a little bit easier to gauge. Now with Warsh, we don't know what he's going to do, what he's going to say. Yeah, markets are still kind of bouncing back here. Oil's probably falling, but look at the NASDAQ, just jumped over the 200 exponential. The Lebanese president did say we are in favor of a ceasefire and of any country that helps us achieve it, including Iran. So maybe that is making markets excited here. But yeah, look at the NASDAQ jump. Where's SpaceX right now? SpaceX is down over the last few minutes, but still doing okay.
Good. glad it's still doing okay. Yeah, because you're in it. I love when the chat jumps all over somebody. It's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he's there. You go, guys. It's fine. Like, I don't know if the person thinks they're throwing off the stream that much, but dude, we're here for 3 or 4 hours. It gives me something to talk about. Really, it gives me something to talk about. I'm watching the chat, so it's not like they can do it for like an extended period of time. It's not like I gotta be super careful. Like, oh no, this person said the same thing 5 times. You know.
I just love when people tell them to shut up. I just think it's funny to me for some reason.
Yeah. Troll Wednesday. Yeah, it's the Fed meeting day for sure. What color will Warsh's tie be? Here's Walsh. Grape juice? What color will Warsh's tie be? Chat. What do you guys think? Powell always went with some variation of purple. It was like violet. It was mauve, whatever, however you say it. I still don't know how to say it right, dude. Mauve.
Like I said, I've heard people say mauve and mauve. I'm not sure either, but
yeah.
I'm gonna go with teal. I like teal.
Orange.
Nice, nice, vibrant, exciting color.
Orange though is the funny one. Orange, bro. Orange would be wild, dude. I would laugh hysterically if it was orange. Yeah. What's up, Ty? Easy to understand. Why Warsh says inflation 40 times continuously. Yeah. A napkin. A napkin. You know. Yeah. What if he wore a tie that had Jerome Powell's face on it a bunch? Like a bunch of Jerome Powell face.
Just had a custom tie made.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I would like him immediately if he did. That would be funny. Can't wait until after midterms. Burgundy. Ron? Whatever it is, he will have to wear it forever, so it better be good. What if he came out with, I always said, what if he came out with a red tie? Red tie would be interesting. You know, I would laugh too.
Red Lobster bib. I'd be okay with that as long as he had some cheddar biscuits, you know? Those things are awesome.
Yeah. Red, white, and blue. Yeah, let him wear it. All right, guys. Oil is almost flat on the day. It's down slightly. NASDAQ is in a range here. Here's the trend, but it's kind of an expanding trend right here on the NASDAQ heading into retail sales. I don't know how much retail sales is going to move the markets. We'll see. But we do have kind of an expanding trend here in this here. I think that's kind of the trend right now. Hey, thank you for the subscribe game. I'll appreciate the love. Thank you, friend. Yeah. A money tie. Yeah. All right, guys, here we go. We got 4 minutes left. 4 minutes. Hit the like button. Put it in 2x speed. Let's get ready for retail sales data. Retail sales data is widely expected to show up at 0.5% on the month. Core retail sales expected at 0.6%. And this leads into the president speaking at 9:30 here. We'll see what it says. But he's supposed to speak right at the opening bell at 9:30. NASDAQ is looking stronger, though. NASDAQ is heading up over the last 30 minutes or so. 30,500 seems to be a relevant level, that 30.5K, big whole dollar number. We'll see if that holds. It's halfway to 31,000, and it gets us closer. All-time highs right now are just under 31K on the NQ futures, so just under 31,000. We're at almost 30.5K now, so I don't know how much volatility we're going to get today, but we'll see. I like Bitcoin. I want it to go up. It's down on the day. That's what I think about Bitcoin right now. Warsh is out of his depth. He'll struggle.
I'm going to take a wait-and-see approach on that one.
Yeah, look, almost to 30.5 thousand. I don't know, man. We'll see what retail sales shows. 3 minutes left, though, chat. 3 minutes. Make sure you hit the live button, put it in 2x speed, and catch up to the stream. But we haven't really had any big breaking news here. Lebanon president did say talks with Israel were independent of the Iran deal. Says we are in favor of a ceasefire. So that is going on right now. Let me put on some music here. All right, guys, 2.5 minutes. Again, I don't know how much retail sales are really going to do anything. We'll see. What should we expect with gold? Yeah, gold is tricky right now. Gold is down on the day. And it didn't really have the biggest red day yesterday. So it was basically flat over the last few days for gold. Gold is moving in a more obvious range than a lot of things. You can see gold here in the range for it. Very sideways range for gold. We're at 337s here, 337s. But yeah, I don't know what I want to do with gold either. Gold is gonna want high yields potentially, just because, or no, low yields. I mean, gold's gonna want easing just like Bitcoin, because when yields are so high, less people buy bonds. Or when yields are high, more people buy bonds than non-yielding assets like gold or Bitcoin. If the rates justify, like if rates go up and yields go up, less people buy gold because bonds are paying out more. And so we'll see what we get with gold today. We got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left until retail sales data, about 1 minute and 10. Yeah, I have SpaceX. All right, guys, less than a minute. 50 seconds. 50 seconds. Here we go. 45 seconds.
Tension's palpable.
Yeah, I already asked what color tie would hey, thank you, Vin. Appreciate the sub, my friend. Thank you, brother. We're still at the 200 exponential for gold. I will put NASDAQ up, and maybe gold and the NASDAQ as we approach retail sales here. Here's gold. Here's the NQ. Gold is flat. NASDAQ is green on the day. All right, here we go. 20 seconds, guys. 20 seconds. Let's see what the retail sales report shows here today. Lurk, just get it out the way. Hey, what's up, lurkers? Hey, good morning. All right, here we go. I'm a little bit early. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here's retail sales data, guys. Okay, so retail sales data, 0.9%, much stronger than expected for retail sales, 0.9%. Everything was higher than expected. Core retail sales, 0.8 versus 0.6, higher than last time. Retail sales, 0.9% versus 0.5%. So all of retail sales were stronger than expected at 0.9 versus 0.5% for headline retail sales month over month. Core retail sales month over month, 0.8 versus 0.6%. Retail control also higher than expected. So everything was higher than expected. They also revised one of them down. I think headline retail sales, they revised down slightly from last time. But it's still doing okay here. We'll put the retail sales numbers up on screen, but retail sales did show up. Whoa, look at this jump in the NASDAQ here.
That's what I was going to say, giving us a good green bounce.
See, we covered it, and it didn't really do anything as we were covering it. This might be some different news than retail sales data is what I'm assuming today, guys. This might be some different news. Year-over-year retail sales at 6.9%, month-over-month at 0.9%. We'll put this up in chat right now and put it up on the screen so you guys can see it as well. But look at that jump here, guys.
Yeah, the most recent stuff I'm seeing is the retail sales numbers. So
yeah, it could be that. It could be. Okay, so we just put it up in chat here. Again, here's the retail sales report right here. I'll put it up so you guys can actually see it. There's retail sales on the screen right there. But we did get a jump, maybe from retail sales. Let me make sure we don't have anything else going on. Yeah, could just be a delayed response to retail sales. But a nice green move in the NASDAQ here. Let's see what oil's doing, though. Is oil dropping simultaneously? No, not really. So it could just be retail sales data boosting things. A little bit of a delayed move, though. We covered it. Maybe we're just early. You're welcome. Maybe we're just early, guys. But retail sales did heat a little bit. They were stronger than expected, basically everywhere for retail sales data. So, yeah. So we'll see. So yeah, retail sales are out. They showed stronger than expected. NASDAQ up to 30.5K. Let's see if that level holds it or not. There's 30.5. So we're at 30.5K now. Everything jumped on retail sales data too.
Hey man, you don't hear me not complaining.
Well, it's definitely not a... I mean, you could say, oh, it didn't affect anything. But retail sales data, guys, just showed up right here. So... you can see 830. This is 830 right here. So we did jump up on retail sales report. It's not like it didn't do anything. Great Dane. But I'll go if retail sales are up by. Yeah, maybe. But look. Yeah, I mean, it might make yields go up. Let's take a look at yields right now. I can take a look at, like, bond prices. I'm assuming bond prices are going to be down net from this report. We can look at TLT. But, nah, they're not really moving too much yet. They don't need to raise rates just from retail sales. It's not going to affect them like that. It might influence it some, but not a crazy amount, to be honest. And we can look at yields to see what they're doing. I'm assuming yields are going to be up on this. I really should be looking at 2-year. And yeah, they jumped up a little bit from this report in terms of yields. Yeah, so here's 2-year treasury yields from this report. So they jumped up some from the retail sales report, but it's not a shocking amount. Like, it's not enough to make it like, oh, the Fed has to raise rates. Those have to do more with inflation and job numbers versus retail sales data. But here's 30.5K. So we did just tap 30.5K. Yeah, so again, here is the retail sales report. Advanced estimate of YouTube services for May adjusted for seasonal variation worth 763.7 billion, up 0.9%. Up 5.3% in the total March through May 26 period. So, but again, I don't know if this is going to hold markets here. It's something, but I don't know if it's going to hold markets like that. We'll see. That could just mean everything is more expensive. People are not buying more stuff. Yeah, guys, remember, the president speaks now in less than an hour. Less than an hour. The president speaks now in less than an hour. Right at the opening bell here. We'll see what it looks like, but... View of Netflix at these current levels. I like Netflix long-term. Short-term, I don't know what it's going to do, though. You know, Netflix has been dropping pretty significantly here. That's 78. Hey, I'm no longer in Netflix either. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. You can see the retail sales number at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, well, Netflix is losing me with all the original content.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, so retail sales data are out. Month-over-month 9.9%.
What is he speaking about? I don't know. Maybe the MOU.
The conflict. Yeah, it's on the conflict. Yeah, it was 0.5% expected. We still have the Fed meeting. Canceled all my subscriptions. Is Disney a buy? What's Disney at now? I like buying Disney depending on where it is. It's at 101s right now. I sold at like 120s. I'm out of Disney right now. Nasdaq's still trying to get over 30.5K though. And so the Nasdaq is trying to jump up here. What will be its impact on the Dow? What, retail sales or the Fed meeting? Or the speech? I don't know. There's the Dow. The Dow is kind of red today, but Dow had a pretty good day yesterday despite the Nasdaq and others. Like, here's the Dow yesterday on the left side. You can see how big it moved. So, yeah. What will be its impact on the Dow? Yeah, Nasdaq is now over 30.5. Maybe we push the all-time highs on March. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Netflix seems cheap right here, though.
What's it at?
$78 a share. I might actually buy Netflix right here.
And what's its historic high?
Well, it was split recently, but a post-split high is 134s.
Oh, okay.
It seems like a buy right here. I might buy a little bit. Let me see. time and force. I gotta switch the TIF out.
Hasn't Netflix lost a bunch of subscribers over the last like year or two?
I'm not sure. I'll have to go look at the numbers. Stranger Things ended. Yeah, we just bought some Netflix here. It seems cheap. Nasdaq's still running too, though. Hey, thank you for the sub, my friend. Thank you. Whoa. Yeah, look at the Nasdaq still climbing up after retail sales data here. Interesting. So yeah,
when you said "whoa," I thought you were surprised by something.
Oh well, Woj. I don't know if it's Woj or Woe, so I abbreviate most of the names I say here.
It appeared to be a Polish name, but I'm not sure.
Oh, it was definitely Polish of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let me fix the banner now. So I'll put the updated retail sales data at the bottom now. There we go. That's better. All right, so we went up. Now the Nasdaq just dipped under 30.5K. Gold is still moving up. Let's see oil. SpaceX back up to 206 is here. It's jumping up a little bit as well. Gold pushing 2. Gold's not moving that much, but it is a little bit. We're definitely watching gold. No, it definitely wasn't 10,000 shares, bro. Gas stations up 3.6%. It's the largest increase in retail sales. Yeah, that makes sense. We're in the middle of the conflict. So we did get news 2 minutes ago that Iran's National Security and Foreign Policy Committee described the U.S.-Iran agreements as unbalanced, saying that all the red lines were not observed. They said, quote, "The conflict is not over and we should not assume that the situation is out of the state of confrontation. We are in a full-fledged hybrid conflict and we must seize the opportunity created to become stronger," end quote. Maybe that is dragging the market down right here, but maybe not.
Maybe. I'm so tired of this, dude. All this back and forth is so annoying.
Yeah, I'll be happy when it's done on Friday, but even then it's not done. This is a deal to extend for 60 days. So, yeah, we'll see. But even then it's not necessarily over. Yeah, guys, so I'm going to hide the chat thing now.
Most of them just getting tired of all the rhetoric, you know, just all the... And the really roundabout, look how smart I am way of saying things.
No, for sure. Well, both sides are just
pressure. Yeah.
It's just public pressure. That's what they're trying. Both sides are trying to put as much public pressure on the other side as they can.
Oh no, I just don't like all the purple prose. If you're gonna say something, just say it in plain language.
Yeah. So I might buy this dip right now. So we just bought the dip. Let's see what happens. You can see my P&L above my head right now. About the dip. We are green on the day. So goal is to build up a big enough cushion just so we can swing heavier. There's a little bounce.
It's a deal within a deal within a deal.
It's a deal to get another deal.
Disguised as another dude.
Yeah. This is part of their game plan. They love influence in the U.S. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're doing. They're influencing oil. I'm sure, like I said, both sides are probably taking some insider trades and stuff. But
I mean, that's kind of what I'm talking about. But mostly I'm just talking about, if just come out plain and say, we don't like this deal sucks. We're not, whatever.
Yeah. Well, they got to make it sound all, they got to fix it up a little bit. All right, so we did get a bounce here. Do I want to add more? Probably not right now. We're in a high volume node area. I'll hold it and add more. I'll add more to it if it keeps up. Netflix. Yeah, I got it Netflix. It seems reasonable right here, but it might keep dropping. It's got to be for long term, right? When I buy stuff like this, it has to be long term. So that's essentially what I'm doing. Is just buying long term. There we go. I'm going to take some off here now. Or actually, maybe I'll add to this. We'll add a little bit more to this. And we'll hold it break even now. Yeah, so we're in this trade here. Lurkers, unite. Some of you guys watch the stream, never say anything. We're going to give your daily call out for today. Show yourself in the chat right now.
Max, are you kidding or did they really... Sorry.
Are you a lurker, guys? Are you a lurker?
I know I'm lurking.
Yeah, Brit's a lurker for sure. All right, so we're back up here.
Max, are you serious? Or are you kidding or did they really mess the syntax up that badly?
All right, we're jumping up some. There we go. All right, I'm going to take a little bit off here now. Lock the profit in on the day. And maybe hold the rest flat. Lurkers unite. Hardcore lurker, what's up, dude? Hey, I appreciate you guys being here. Hiding in the bushes, what's up, Tomato Head? I'm here, what's up, Tyler? Me lurk you long time.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, I appreciate the lurkers here. What's good, Charlie Show? What's up, JP Farms? Lurkers a symbol. It's like Captain Planet, but with lurkers.
Yeah, dude.
I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new lurk account. I'm a lurker. I know, I see you. I see you guys. That's fine. Hey, what's up, Harry? I'm a baby lurker. I don't lurk, I work. Is that the new catchphrase? Look at this trade, though, guys. Would you look at it? I'm going to take some more off up here. Some type of news might have just dropped here. Hold on. Something might have just dropped here. Let me check the breaking news here.
Thanks for subbing, Salty.
Something might have just happened real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Britain's BBC is going to cut 550 jobs.
That's what did it.
S&P pain at the pump may persist until next summer. Novo claims they were hit by a data breach. I don't see anything, but that's a nice green candle here. I'm going to start liquidating most of this trade now. Very nice green trade.
I'm telling you, it was BBC cutting 500 jobs.
Honestly, no, honestly, genuinely, that is... We've been in situations recently in which job cuts have benefited markets, Britt. Like, Meta would come out saying they cut jobs, pump. You know, other companies in tech would come out saying they cut jobs, and we would pump. And the reason it did is because of margins. Like, it helps their margins a little bit, so to speak. They're like, hey, it helps their, it helps their margins, so to speak. And so we've been in situations where job cuts make markets go up. I'm not saying I want it to happen, but we've certainly been in situations like that over the last few years where companies come out reporting they're laying people off, and the stock goes up on those news. Again, I'm not saying I want it, guys. I'm not saying I want it. I enjoy lurking and watching make money.
Oh, they're laying people off. Better profit margins. Oh, no.
I'm down 99 cents. Why not $1? Eyes by Rhonda. But hello, Eyes by Rhonda. On behalf of all lurkers, we will not comply. Do we have a lurker rebellion in chat? This room makes me make...
What?
Okay. Oh, I see what he said. Tyler, get your mind out the gutter. Get your mind out the gutter, Tyler.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it took me a second.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is, guys.
The vernacular was strange, you know?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, guys. I'm a simple man, living a simple life.
I just assume they're talking about 16 candles, Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald. Yeah. I'm a married dad that works one job, guys. I love my kids and I never stop. All right, I'm innocent here, guys. I'm innocent.
Hey, you know what they say? Never stop, never stopping, John.
That's right. That's me. The Nasdaq is rebounding here. We're still in the trade. Maybe I should have held longer. Only pencil. Lurkers, get your mind out the gutter. I shouldn't have, called you guys out here. And now y'all's mind is in the gutter, lurkers.
Chat is in disarray, John. Way to go.
Yeah. I don't know anything, guys. I don't know anything. You got only one job? I know it. I'm screwing it up. I know. I can feel it. Gold pumping? Is it really? Hold on. Let me see. SpaceX moving up to 207s here. Where's gold? Gold is pumping back up. I would say gold is at the top of the range, though. I almost want to short gold right here. Because look at the 30-minute range.
Oh, yeah. I saw it, Max. That's kind of ridiculous that somebody made that kind of mistake.
Check the yield chart. Yeah, I'm looking at yields right now, actually. Yields jumped up some. Britt, this song comes on, I expect you to dance. All right.
What song? I can't hear. I'm not listening to the actual stream.
Oh, it's a dancing song. But no, yields did spike up, but they kind of faded back down a little bit. I don't know if this is the retail sales report boost in markets like this.
Is that the breakdance battle song from Zoolander? That's what it sounds like.
It is. ES just doesn't want to break the VWAP. Kevin Marsh will be dovish today. I think he'll be neutral, but I think he's going to lean on the dove side. And I think he's going to argue specifically that the conflict looks like it's easing, oil prices are falling, but they're still elevated, because of that, we're going to take it a meeting by meeting approach. He's not going to give a base case. I don't think he's going to be willing to, print, obviously, but I think he might be kind of neutral and data dependent with a slight dovish hint. I think he's going to have a slight dovish bias, a slight one. But again, at the same time, though, just to give you guys some history of the last few Fed meetings, the Fed has been kind of pushing back against what they describe as a, quote, easing bias. Basically, there's a bias to easing and stimulating the economy, and some of the Fed members have been pushing back against that here. I don't know if Marsh will, we'll see, but my guess is data dependent with a slight dovish hint. Slight dovish hint. We stream this on TV, that's why a lot of us don't chat. Hey, it's all good, Daniel. So I'm a TV star, is what you're saying right now. I'm a star, guys, I knew it.
Yeah, you made it, John.
I'm on some guy's TV, I like it. My ego is like, yes, It better be a big screen, though. If it's a little screen, turn it off. I'm only meant for the big screen, guys. NASDAQ pulled it back a little bit, under 30.5K. Is this a short right here, though, chat? What do you guys think? Long or short right here? I think we could range sideways. The president does speak in 40 minutes, though. 40 minutes the president speaks. The question is, how does that impact markets? Will the president... Are you bullish or bearish on the president's speech? That's a good question right now. I think there could be some accompanying trades you get from that, depending on how accurately you can predict what he's going to say. I assume he's going to say good things, though, because that's what he's going to most likely say is, look how great we're doing. It's not what you want. It's not what you think the reality of it is. It just depends on how you think markets are going to respond to the president's speech. What do you guys think? Bull or bear on the president's speech? Remember, he speaks at 9:30, right at the opening bell here today. So, bear, short, bullish, hard to predict. Definitely hard to predict. Yeah, so we already got the BBC News, Alex T. Transitory will be the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I think Powell got so much heat for saying inflation was transitory that I don't think Marsh is necessarily going to say something like that. Also, guys, if you haven't already, check out Apex. Apex has the cheapest accounts in the game if you want a prop firm account. And again, they're an affiliate of mine. I try to be honest about it. But Apex, guys, if you want a cheap prop firm account, you can get an Apex account for $17 each right now on this 90% off sale. You can get 5 accounts for $85. If you want an end-of-day trail 50K account, which I think is the best one, for $200, you get 5 accounts, $39 each for a 50K end-of-day trail fund eval account. There's also no activation fees option, so if you prefer to not have any activation fees on the account, you can still do the 5-pack bundle here as well. And so check out Apex. End-of-day drawdown options, no payout denials, no MAE rule, no 5-1 rule, built-in scaling, 50% consistency. In futures, guys, you can day trade the S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, Russell, gold, commodities. Get exposure to day trading stocks. Wait, am I in a trade right now? Did I have a stop set? Oh, I'm still in the trade. Okay, no, it wasn't a stop. I'm just still in this thing. I forgot I was in the trade. I meant to do this, guys. I meant to do this, but NASDAQ is still green. But if you want to check out Apex, I'll put the link up. It's a great way to help support the channel. Again, they're an affiliate of mine. I'm biased. You want to confirm everything with them. But genuinely useful if you want to learn day trading. Here it is. I'll pin it to the top of the chat. I can hold this break even now, I guess. Must be bullish. He will say the wrong thing even if he doesn't want to. Treasury rates are down yesterday and today. Yeah, yields are down. I mean, we're heading into the signing ceremony on Friday. Vice President Vance says the U.S.-Iran text will be released on Friday at the latest, according to CBS. He called it a, quote, good deal for the American people, end quote.
Just objectively, he does say some kind of strange stuff, like right here, Trump recalls early meeting with Egyptian president, says they fell deeply in love.
Did he really say? He couldn't have said that. Did he really?
What? It's in quotes. I don't know for certain.
When was this posted?
6 minutes ago.
Okay, let me find it. Yeah, Trump recalls early meeting with Egyptian president, says they fell deeply in love. Praises the leader, describes strong personal rapport. The love story of our time. The love story of our time.
I just like, I get what he's saying, but that's just a strange way to say it.
No, it absolutely is. Look at this. Yeah, I'll put it up in the chat right now. You guys see it. This is the quote right here that Britt's talking about.
Just seems like he's really big into bromances.
The love story of our time, guys. So I do see Sam Altman, Dario Amodei, and Demis Hassabis and Arthur Minch is going to meet for a private AI summit, apparently. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. Again, I'm going to hold the rest of this pretty much break even here.
But yeah, dude, that's right up there with Tristan and Isolde, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, we're sitting here, 493s. Hey, thank you, Reese. Appreciate it, Brett. Thank you. We're at 30.5K right now. I'm going to set my stop and just get out if it goes under my stop here. Market close Friday. Yeah, I think futures are still open, Baron von Schneider. I think futures are still open.
I'm sorry. It's funny hearing you say that.
What, Baron Bond? Or Baron von
Baron
Schneider?
von Schneider. Yeah.
Definitely German. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Yeah, no comment, chat. No comment on what the chat's saying right now. No comment.
I don't know. It just makes me think of that song from Scrubs. You know, it's guy love between two guys.
Yeah. Oh, the song? Yeah.
Yeah, with JD and Turk.
Yeah. Great show. Another show my wife forced me to watch, dude. My wife forced me to watch The Office and Scrubs. I hated both of them immediately. But the more I watched them, the more I liked them. And like I said, maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome. I was forced to watch them, and now I love them. All right, here. I just got stopped.
Comic, how dare you?
Yeah, I just got stopped out of that trade. So we're out here, guys. Let's see if we hold, but man. How much time we got?
Cutter.
We have 4 minutes until the 9 a.m. scrum here. So maybe we'll start to get some market movement at 9 o'clock. Let's see. Also, guys, use my coupon code BGT. You can use them at all major prop firms, to be honest. So use it. Love it.
Do it now. Baron von Schneider says that they're Slovenian, actually.
Yeah, look, so these are the odds, according to odds makers, regarding today's Fed meeting. So, like, just to scroll back up here to show you what the biggest, like, inflation is going to be said, apparently. There's a 45% chance inflation is said 40 times or more. 24% chance they say inflation 50 times or more. Do we really say inflation that much? I don't know. I think it seems excessive to me.
In these inflationary times, it seems like it.
Yeah. Inflation 60 times, only 5%. Job 15 plus times. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think he says inflation over 40 times today? I'm going to go with no. That's my gut, is no. Yeah, Lucid Flex does have the best rules. Yeah, for sure, Vasquez. Yeah, under, no way. It seems excessive. Gold is acting right so far. Gold's in this range. I really think about shorting gold right here, just based off of the Fed meeting. I might take a short in gold right now, actually. It's going to be a small short nonetheless, but... All right, so we just shorted gold. We're at the top of the range. If we maintain the sideways trend like we've been in for a long time, maybe we'll get some good trades from this, but...
Oh, Max, you rapscallion, you.
You think he says quantum? I don't think he's going to say quantum. The only way he'd say quantum is if, like, he starts talking about either crypto or he starts talking about AI and jobs and stuff like that. No, you don't have to use Tradeovate for Lucid. You can use a bunch of different platforms. You can use Quant Tower, Ninja Trader. There's a bunch of them. I say no to 40 on inflation. I think Warsh will surprise everyone with something out of left field. Yeah. I think he's going to say inflation. I don't think he's going to say it 40 plus times yet. I think he'll say it some. I think he has to say it some. I think in the statement he'll say inflation too. Obviously, he's going to say inflation is elevated. So, shorted NASDAQ at 30.488. No, I haven't seen it, Vasquez. Photonic quantum is amazing. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, remember, the president speaks. Here's the 9 a.m. scrub. A lot of the times we get orders going through at 9 o'clock, so we'll see how gold reacts to this. Here's the NASDAQ. Let's see what we get. Yeah, definitely, Gene. I'll at least say that many. Press conference is at 2:30, Michael. Hal's not asking him questions. What's oil doing? Gold. Oh my goodness, gold just spiked up here. It rejected gold. I'll put my stop right here on gold. I was saying gold is holding up well, and John was like, yep, I'm going to short it. It's a longer-term gold trade with small size, though. Right? Like, I zoom out and I see this range, and I also understand that we're heading into the FOMC. There's a big wall right here at 55s. So, it's a longer-term, small-size trade based off of the range and what we have coming up here. And what we have coming up is President speaking at 9:30. More question marks. FOMC decision later. More question marks, right? So, I think if there's any thesis for sideways trends, it's today, but who knows. All right, guys, so there's 9 o'clock. Let's see what it does. 9 a.m. just hit. Gold fade a little bit into 9. Not really any other breaking news coming out. Yeah, G7 leaders say a couple different things just now. They say they recognize the strategic role of critical mineral value chains for our country's economic prosperity and security, the urgency of diversifying our supply chains and building our collective resilience, expressed grave concerns regarding the use of non-market policies and practices and economic coercion. I didn't even mean to play this song, but it's on right now, 9 o'clock. I have confirmation bias. Don't we all, sir? Confirmation bias is a natural human tendency. If you don't know what confirmation bias is, chat, it just means that we're more likely to confirm signs and, clues regarding what we want to happen, right? So if I want to win the lottery, I might overestimate my odds of winning the lottery because I want it to happen, so to speak, right? Like, that's what confirmation bias is. All humans have it.
Basically take meaning from things that suit your views.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, thank you, Hart. Technicals and fundamentals. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the subscribe, my friend. My gold trade's actually doing all right.
Also, I don't do that. I'm completely objective all the time.
So here's my gold trade here. I'm going to cut it right here because that's such a big drop, and we'll hold the rest and just see what happens. The gold's dipping down now. Might add back to it if it breaks down enough, but we're going to keep watching it. Yeah, we're at the top of this range here, so. NASDAQ just hit the 200 exponential moving average, though. Let's see if it holds. Hey, thank you, check.
It's the reticular activation system, where it also means you disregard things that don't support your bias. That's true.
Yeah, you ignore the sides that you're wrong, if you really want it to happen, for sure.
It's essentially making your own happiness, so it's like living your truth, I guess.
Well, kind of, yeah.
It's a joke.
Where are yields going? Yields are actually popping up right now. So, look at yields jump. That's why gold's falling. So, yields are actually, no, it just updated. Yields fell quickly here, too. Weird. Still net up, though, from early this morning for yields.
And Pew, you love this song, huh?
He's a dancer. you know.
Clearly.
Yeah, I don't really like the song. The song makes me feel like this guy's laughing at me whatever I'm doing. You know. Yeah, so OpenAI and Anthropic have apparently recruited dozens of Salesforce employees according to the information. Is this making Salesforce dip? No, Salesforce jumped up a little bit. Weird. It dipped a little bit and then bounced back, so not really super impactful here. NASDAQ, look, guys, the NASDAQ did bounce exactly at the 200 exponential moving average. Probably dropped on that report, maybe. Today is bearish. Bull or bear today, guys? Let me know, bull or bear. Let me see our poll. I did a poll, I think, on some. I think maybe I did it on Hawk Dove. Yeah. Are we really 50% Hawk Dove today? That seems weird. 51% hawkish, 49% dovish. Pretty split down the middle. Hawk Dove, guys. There's gold. Gold continues to fall here. W trade on gold. Got it at 353. Hey, nice, bro. See if it keeps breaking down. I like it down to the middle range, not all the way down to the bottom. But I could probably hold the rest pretty close to flat now if I want. Mr. London, about 881,000 Texans live in the Mountain Time Zone, FYI. Yeah, but I don't use Texas time either, for the most part. I'm in Central Time, bro. Really, the press conference is at 1 o'clock the press conference is at 1:30 my time, bro. And so I use market time, which is New York time, Eastern time.
To be fair, Texas is what, like 960 miles across?
Yeah, it's huge.
Width-wise.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I asked people, are they bullish or bearish? Today, bearish. Bearish. Bull. It's trying to hold. I'm in microchip shorts again. Bear. Wash is a dovish hawk, you'll see. Yeah, I think he's going to be sideways. Bearish. I say dovish. Yeah, SpaceX is moving up. It's almost to 210s right now. Ooh, look at gold here. Look at this short, guys. Here's SpaceX. SpaceX is just tapped 210s right now this morning. Gold's still falling down some. Let me see news. Fed says FOMC meeting resumed its schedule at 9 a.m. Wednesday. Look at this gold trade, man. Back in that range here. I'm going to take profit right here. I'm out. You love to see it. What a nice gold trade. Yeah, that range is clear on gold, I think. Like, look, here's the top. You zoom out and you look at like a 20-day chart. You can kind of see how sideways this range has been. All right, guys, the president speaks in 24 minutes. 24 minutes. Good effing short, mate. Hey, thank you, bro. I'm the frame in your house. So you are this guy right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see this.
I'm the wind beneath your wings.
Right, look. So you're this guy right here? Which one? Top or bottom, guys? Top or bottom? Are you John up there? The king? Are you Steve the bear? Let me know. Gold continuing to dump down here, guys. Continuing to fall down right now.
Yeah, I think I'm John von Clausewitz. You know?
Yeah.
Good morning, Boomdoc.
This has to be some type of news-driven, though. Right?
Don't know.
Because, like, look how fast gold is dropping here. I would love to claim it was my trade that worked and, you know, it's not catalyst-driven, but look how quickly gold just dumped. And it continues to fall here. It continues to fall. I'm seeing new. I don't see anything that would, you know.
I don't know. The Fed says FOMC meeting resumed as scheduled.
Yeah, I see that.
We'd like to start by looking at 2 pilot critical minerals, lithium and nickel.
Yeah. Oil flows resume as prices ease. J.D. Vance told CBS that oil and gas flows through the strait are returning with prices going down. He framed the development as restoration of supply stability after recent disruptions, pointing to earlier signs of easing pressure in energy. I also see that the Warsh Fed debut may jolt bond market. Fidelity investor warns new Fed Chair Kevin Warsh could trigger bond market volatility, especially after Wednesday's decision. His first press conference may reset expectations on inflation and rates. Markets already pricing in a potential hike this year despite recent stability. Treasuries and swaps have swung sharply amid geopolitical shocks and shifting rate bets. Say uncertainty around Warsh's tone, hawkish or dovish, could quickly reprice things. Yeah, but whatever it is, gold is moving here. Spacex is almost at 210s though. Look, just went up to 211s just now. Where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin's kind of fighting its way back up over the last few minutes here. Here's BTC. It's at roughly 65k.
Yeah, 65.85, but yeah.
Remove my order. Oh, you are right, sir. Hold on. Yeah, I got those two stop orders over highs. Yeah. Thank you, sir, for reminding me. I keep forgetting. Hey, thank you for the subscriber, whatever that notice was. I just heard it, but I didn't see what it was.
Thanks for the subscribe, Joe.
Yeah, Joe. The GOAT. Thank you. Yeah, the PDT rule is gone, sir. Yes, sir. I see,
Thanks, Sharjeel.
yeah, SpaceX leveraged ETF mania surges, trading in 2x SpaceX ETFs have topped 3 billion, up from 1 billion yesterday, with nearly all funds already above 100 million AUM. SPCH reached 1.3 billion in volume, reportedly the highest ever for a day 2 ETF, surpassing IBAT's Bitcoin ETF. 500 million. Odds makers are expecting rate hikes this year. Yeah, I mean, it is 60-40 right now on the Fed Watch tool regarding rate hikes by regarding the Fed being at higher rates than we are now for the federal funds rate by the end of the year. So,
Also, don't forget to hit the like button, guys, and join us in the Discord.
yeah, for sure.
A lot of fun in there, you know?
Yeah, hang out with us.
You know you want to.
Yeah.
Can you please check gold against Bitcoin?
I see somebody saying, you guys really think Trump's newly appointed Fed chair is going to be hawkish tomorrow? Well, Bitcoin is heading up a little bit short term. Gold is actually heading down some short term. So gold has fallen over the last few minutes, although it is starting to bounce back. We got out of our short. So maybe that's why it's bouncing back now, because we're the greatest.
Market moving John. That's what they call him.
Yeah. Gold against Bitcoin. I keep unsubscribing. I'm here. Well, you have to subscribe because we're in sub-only mode, dude. Bearish today? Maybe bearish. Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna lower rates. Not anytime soon. Not until the conflict Not until the conflict eases. Yeah, here's the Nasdaq. Nasdaq's probably bouncing off of this trend line right here. So we'll see. But bearish today. Well, bearish yesterday. Today we're kind of we're green on the day, I think, right? I'm pretty sure we are. Yeah, we're very previous closing price was 30,300. We're at 30,500 almost. So we're green. Microsoft dipping. Yeah, Microsoft has been falling down. Software has been dipping some too. If Warsh is dovish today, I think he'll be... Again, I think he's going to be neutral with a slight dovish tone. Like slightly dovish is what I think.
Honestly, it sounds like you're describing a fine wine.
Right, just a slight dovish, the body, slight dovish. Yeah.
Just a hint of dovishness, an overtone, if you will.
Honestly, no offense to wine connoisseurs, but I think most of them are just full of crap, dude.
So do I.
Every time I drink wine, I don't notice any difference. It all tastes the same to me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not civilized. I'm not cultured in wine, but it all tastes the same.
It just tastes bitter to me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm sure there's a difference between like a really good wine and a really bad wine, but like in between, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, look, Broadcom did jump up. We're at 387s. 387. So Broadcom AVGO is jumping up a lot today. It needs it to. It's been a rough downward trend. Remember, this thing was at $500+ a share at the end of May, or at the end of May. So Broadcom jumping up some. Gold is basically rebound right back to the top of the range here, so choppy, but kind of big movement here as well. Yeah, look at gold jump right now. All right, Chad, we got 15 minutes until 15 minutes. Stop losses. Broadcom. Nasdaq seems bullish on the day, though, but I do think we're going to chop today. And like I said, my bias is going to be choppy trends. Bitcoin just got over 65,000, so it is over 65K. Short squeeze to 350 on SpaceX until lockout releases. Yeah, that makes sense. Once people are able to sell. All right, guys, it's FOMC day. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited.
Hey, me too.
I thought about streaming all the way to FOMC, but that would be like a 7-hour stream. I'm still thinking about it, but yeah.
I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Yeah, there's our Discord. You can join it if you want. Nice looking hair. Morning, bro. Will you be playing Taco live speech on your stream? Probably. At least a little bit of it. Depends on what he starts saying. I don't want to get too, like, I might cover what he says, you know. But we'll see. It's right at the opening bell, though, today. So it's an interesting day for it. Again, the president said to speak right at the open. NASDAQ jumping back higher here. 30.5K. Yeah, a hint of dovishness by Wash is what I think we're gonna get today. Just a hint. I think if he's too dovish, he's gonna get so much heat for it. Is what I think, right? So I think if Kevin Wash is too dovish, he's gonna get heat, and so he's gonna be balanced. He's gonna try to show people he's reasonable. So he's gonna be balanced, but there's gonna be a hint of his dovish bias in there. Is what I think. Again, his dovish bias meaning like rate cuts. I don't think he's gonna print anytime soon, and then he's gonna get a lot of heat. But just a hint of dovish bias. Most people don't even look at outstanding shares, float, or PE anymore. I do. I look at float, I look at PE, I look at outstanding shares. I think they're all very relevant for if you're investing in a company. You got to see how many shares are out there. You got to see what the price to earnings ratio is, like basically how valuable they are, so to speak. Here's the thing, though, guys. I'm just gonna put this out there. All right, the president is scheduled to speak at 9:30. What have we learned from historical president speeches? Anybody? We're gonna ask the chat this question. What am I thinking right now? What have we learned? It's scheduled for 9:30. This is your hit. It's scheduled for 9:30. What have we learned from historical president speeches? Anybody? Anybody understand what I'm thinking right now? Let's see. I'll give you guys some times. What have we learned from presidential speeches? Crazy price action. KH is the only one that got it right. BlackBerry Trader also got it right. Which is, what I'm thinking right now is that it's probably not starting at 9:30. You know, it might start 30 minutes later. We don't know when he's going to jump on there. Because I've tried to cover President Trump's speeches before, and they're usually almost always pretty freaking late. Sometimes they're late enough where I'm like, look, I'm getting out of here. I'm not sitting here waiting anymore. And so what we've learned from these is that he can and will be late to these speeches. And so the definition of insanity is continuously trying the same thing, expecting a different result. At least I think it's Einstein's definition. At least they attribute it to Einstein. But because of that, my point is, I'm not betting they're going to start at 9:30. I think they'll start at like 9:50 or something like that, is my guess. But we'll see. They're almost always late. And so I think we'll get the opening bell price action, and then we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to be...
Not always late.
Britt, you were late today, bro.
I was not.
How dare you come in here, Britt, and say you're never late, dude? You know?
I'm never late.
Dude.
Sometimes I'm never late, John.
I mean, that's definitely not true. You're always late, Britt. You know what? You're fired. Hang up on Britt. He's fired. You know, Britt, I thought about it a lot, dude, and I decided to hire you back. You're back in here. You're fired. I hung up on you. You don't even know how close you were. And now you're hired back. You've talked me into it. You've talked me into it.
I'm that good. I'm so persuasive. I don't even have to actually be on here to talk you into, hire me back.
All right, guys. NASDAQ back up to 30.5K. NASDAQ back up to 30.5K. Let's see what happens here. We're at 30.5.
Yeah, you're right, Sam.
90% of the time, he's late 50% of the time.
You know
look
what?
At Broadcom. Britt, I'm going to let you finish, but look at Broadcom. AVGO at 390s here. 390s. Still moving up here. Still going.
Amazing.
Just a feedback, John. Don't joke that way.
Huh?
No? What way? By hanging up on Britt? Oh, Britt can take it, dude. I've known Britt for 20 years, bro. He can take it.
Yeah, I'm good. I appreciate, you jumping to my defense. But I will say I can't deal with these hellish work conditions anymore. And John is just a taskmaster,
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? Forget this. I'm going to unionize.
You're starting a union?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's spinning out of control here, guys. It's spinning out of control. All right. Check MU. Yeah, MU is mostly sideways, too, here. So MU is basically flat as well heading into the opening bell. It's green all the day, don't get me wrong, but it had a pretty red day yesterday. Still over 1,000, though. So, a red day, yeah. All right, guys, so we are at 10.5 thousand for MU. Does anybody want to buy memory up here, though? I've asked this question a couple times over the last few weeks. Does anybody actually want to buy memory where they're at now? And I guess the base of that question is going to be how long are you holding it? I think if you're holding long term, you'll still probably be okay. I do expect splits to come through on MU and SanDisk sometime this year or next year because they are over 1,000 now. SanDisk especially, I think we're going to see splits. But does anybody actually want to buy memory stocks up here? Anybody want to buy DRAM, ETF, memory up here? They're up a lot. All right, guys, we are heading into the opening bell. We got 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Retail sales stronger than expected. Actually made markets move a lot more than I thought they would be. I bought DRA, I bought dips. Probably just hold this for some time until splits. Sell before or after splits or no difference. Well, sometimes splits makes it more affordable. More people buy it when it gets split. Essentially, a split means they're going to restructure it to reduce the share price. So, like, if we did a 10-to-1 split on MU right now, it'd be 105. Instead of 1,051, it would be 105 basically right now. And so it makes shares a lot more affordable. SpaceX back up to 210s. Where's gold at? Gold's still in this range here. Ugh. My MU is at 275% if I sell. What's up, Cyclops? Too scary based on recent earnings. I don't think people want to get called on a sell-off. What's the SanDisk PE ratio right now? It's got to be high, no? It says a trailing PE is 63 to 67, which is high. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's pretty high. Forward PE is around 11, though, to 12. So that's very good forward PE. I'm showing so many different numbers, dude. I type in SanDisk PE ratio. AI says it's roughly 65 to 67, trailing. Ford PE, they say it's 24. Some say it's 11 or 12. But it seems to be pretty high. Let me calculate this myself here. I can calculate this myself since I'm not really getting an answer. Let me try. See if we can find it. All right, let me find financials here. How much time we got? We got 7 minutes. Okay. Where's the calendar? Okay, so let's take a look. So PE ratio. Let me calculate this myself. I'm sure the chat's already hit me with answers though. Again, look at gold. Gold actually just broke the top of that range again. I'm out of it though. So yeah, so the last 4 PE ratios. The last one was on the 20th. It was 187 plus 162 the time before that, plus 130 the time before that, plus 104 the time before that. Okay, so this is 583 yearly EPS for SanDisk. What's the current price? 583. Okay, so it's roughly 2,000. So 583, so roughly 2053 divided by 583 gives us a PE ratio of 352. That seems about right for SanDisk right now. That's a very, very high PE ratio, obviously. So 352 PE price to earnings. So yeah, that's ridiculously high. I don't know what all these other platforms are talking about here. But 350 PE ratio is not small. Oh wait, is it supposed to be the average? No. I'm trying to think the PE ratio formula. Did I miss this? Is it supposed to average? Am I supposed to divide that by 4? No, that would make it even higher. So yeah, it's 583s. Yeah, 350 PE ratio is kind of high. Oh, wait, I'm stupid, guys. This is NVIDIA. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm thinking here. I had the wrong ticker up. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was about to say, bro, 350 PE ratio is crazy. We have 5 minutes left. Let me calculate this again. Okay, sorry. SanDisk's last PE ratio was 23. Okay, this makes a lot more sense. 2341 plus 620. Actually, they had a... Okay, plus 122 plus 29 cents. Okay, that's a lot more reasonable here. A lot more reasonable. 31. Okay, so it would be 31 divided by 2063 divided by 31 gives it a PE ratio of 66. Okay, so AI was right. It's about 66. 66 PE ratio. Okay, that's a lot better. I was going to say 350, you know, I mean, it's up a lot, but memory prices are also up a lot. And the last EPS quarter for the last EPS reading was $23.41 earnings per share. So that makes a lot more sense. It's still high though, guys. So like a good PE ratio is like 20, like 25 maybe is a good PE ratio. 66 is high, but in the current market, it's not shockingly high. It's not shocking.
John. I'm embarrassed for you, dude.
I know. Honestly, I messed up. What happened is I never switched the financials. It was at NVIDIA. So it was at NVIDIA is what it is. But we got it right. Yeah, the whole chat's probably like, dude, what are you thinking? I'm sorry, guys. I make mistakes. You know, I'm a simple man. I make mistakes. Bitcoin now down. Yeah, right. Mama told me one time, don't mix SanDisk up with NVIDIA, Britt. Anyways, here we go. Opening bell is upon us. Guys, we have 3 minutes left until the opening bell. Britt's gonna fire me now. You're fired. Yeah. Listen, I probably deserve it.
You're out of here.
This is his stream now. He says, yeah.
About to get real boring, guys.
Yeah, Britt's gonna put the beginner in beginner trading real quick. All right, look, we're at 211s now for SpaceX. SanDisk is pushing though. Some memory stocks are pushing. Gold is pulling back after a recent run. The NASDAQ heading into the opening bell over 30.5K. Over 30.5. But never go full PE. It will turn into cartoons. It would turn into a cooking show so fast if it was just Brit here. If I was fired and it was just Brit, it would be cooking. It would pivot from beginner trading to intermediate
cooking and restaurant
cooking.
reviews.
Yeah, that's right.
With some cartoons sprinkled in because I do love me some Looney Tunes. You know.
Yeah. All right, guys. SpaceX dipping down here. So is the Nasdaq quickly here. Head of the opening bell. Let's see the president. Let me track the president's speech that's supposed to happen at 9:30. Again, I'm skeptical, but it's supposed to happen at 9:30. Let me see. Yeah, I don't even see anything live right now by the press. Yeah, I don't see anything really live here. No, I don't see it. I see most platforms just resharing old speeches that we got yesterday. So, we'll have to wait for this. It's supposed to be at 9:30, but remember, he's usually a little late. All right, guys, here we go. We got 1 minute left. 1 minute. Yeah, Brits Gourmet Talks. Yeah, BGD.
Brit Fieri. You guys are ridiculous. It would definitely not be beginner cooking. I'm not going to say I'm a pro, but I'm not a beginner.
That's why I labeled it intermediate. You know, Bitcoin will go to 75,000 soon. Nah, Brit's a good cook. He's pretty good. Anyways, guys, here's the opening bell. We got 30 seconds. Bull or bear for the open? Chat, bull or bear for the open? Let me know in chat right now. Yeah, really hit the live button, guys. We got about 20 seconds left. Nasdaq is jumping up a little bit. SpaceX is down at under 210s again. Yeah, again, I'm guessing it. Yeah, we got 10 seconds right now. I'm guessing the president's going to be late. So it's scheduled for 9:30. We'll see if it actually is at 9:30, but there is the opening bell. If that's delayed, hit the live button, guys. Nasdaq actually kind of showing some red at the opening bell. Look at the Nasdaq dip. Nasdaq showing some red at the opening bell. Gold pushing up a little bit now. It's just the first candle, though. It doesn't mean anything yet. We got to wait and let time play out some. But a little red open so far. We're under the 200 exponential on the Nasdaq here, so the Nasdaq is dropping as we speak right now. Gold's holding, though. Yeah, I see bull, bear, bull, bear. Kind of split down the middle. We've got a nice cushion on the day here, but I have to let the opening bell play out. I'm also looking for the president's speech, which I don't see anything yet. I don't even see it's, like, scheduled here. I'll have to start looking for some quotes coming through, though. Hey, thank you for the sub, my friend. Thank you, Mad. Appreciate it. All right, we're down to 30.47s. All right, so we got a big red candle in that first minute since the open here. SpaceX is back up to 211s, though. Yeah, we're trying to make money. We'll see.
Oh, wait, is that what we're going for?
What?
Making money.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's why we're here, you know? I don't know if you knew this. It's not a cooking show, Brett. It's not a cooking show. Nasdaq.
Maybe in your mind.
Nasdaq's still going down here. We're at 30.46s. Brother, explain forward PE. Well, that's what it is, Reese. It's using their projections. All right, guys. SpaceX just ripped 2/12. Nasdaq's still falling some here. Gold is kind of flat since the opening bell.
Madui or Madway.
Yeah. All right, guys. So again, Nasdaq is pulling back here. SpaceX is up to 213s though. Been pretty good here. Just broke over pre-market highs. I'm gonna look for a range breakout today. I think we might have ranges, but Bitcoin's starting to fight its way back up, almost back up to 65K as well. Yeah, SpaceX up to almost 214s here. Look at this. No financial advice here, sir.
Nope. And definitely not from me.
ServiceNow is down. Yeah, software's been getting hit. Microsoft Service now under 100. Look at Microsoft dump here. This is probably part of the reason the Nasdaq's dropping. Look at Microsoft, guys. Wow. Microsoft absolutely dumping today. It's at 387s right now. SpaceX just turned back down here too, though. But look at Microsoft. Service now under $100 a share now. Where's the Dow at? The Dow's actually up today, so we're seeing rotations out of tech at least a little bit. SpaceX just turned all the way back down to 208s here as well. Nasdaq's still falling red. Bearish open so far. I'll look for a green to red move though. Or red to green move, I mean.
Or we ripping again?
Is it? Yeah, CoreWeave up to 120s. Nasdaq down to 420s. Hey, good luck, Heart Technicals.
You can do it.
Also, while we wait to trade here, we're going to be trading futures. If you haven't already, check out Lucid. Lucid is great because Lucid Flex is genuinely, in my opinion, like the best funded account to have in trading. You got to pass the eval first. It's a little bit harder to pass the eval. But the Flex account has no consistency rule once you're funded. No daily loss limit beyond your initial trail. This is why everybody loves Lucid Flex. Nasdaq's still falling here. But yeah, Lucid Flex is the single best account to get funded in. Like, if you look at this, here's the funded rules. No consistency rule, no DLL, but no initial trail. Only need 5 days of profit above the amount they give you for depending on each account size. And so it makes perfect sense. Lucid Flex, one of the best funded accounts to get in trading. Again, you can use my code BGT at checkout. I appreciate the love. Thanks so much, guys. But coupon code BGT. I've never seen an economy this manipulated. Took 71% today. I'm
Use
done.
it, guys. It's a great deal.
Yeah, it's a great deal. I don't know. SpaceX is pulling back right now, though. Nasdaq is still kind of red. I need to wait a little bit longer to let the trend play out here today. Again, I'm still looking at range trades today, guys, just based off of the FOMC. And so if we break down enough, I will buy it today. Assuming, maybe get in with small size, assuming that we're going to rebound here. But we might rebound now, but the Nasdaq does look red so far since the open. Yeah, the Dixie's up with the yields. Retail sales data was strong. Higher yields means more people pile into the dollar to buy the bonds that are paying out higher yields, if that makes sense. So higher yields boost the dollar. If the Dixie's up, the dollar, or if the Dixie's up, yields are probably up. All right, so here's the VWAP at 450s. Okay, Britt. All right, dude. Everybody say bye to Britt.
Later, everybody. I'll be back a little later.
Yeah, later, bro.
All right, bye.
All right. Nasdaq at 30.44s now. Yeah, usually when a new Fed chairman speaks, it's a red day. But hike is coming or what? I don't know. At this point, it's 60-40 odds for a hike, but time will tell in that regard. Britt's an old friend of mine. He's been a friend of mine for years. He's coming on the stream just to hang out and learn about markets. Alright, guys. So far we've had a red open. I'm not past looking for a rebound back up here. We do have a large range in the Nasdaq here. Look at the range. So I'm watching this range here. It is ahead of FOMC. A lot of the time we chop sideways ahead of FOMC, so. Why hike when oil's low again? Well, oil's still higher than it was before the conflict. So, like, oil is still elevated relative to pre-conflict levels. Yeah, there goes the Nasdaq bouncing back here. I don't know if I want to short this yet. I'm too worried about choppiness. Bitcoin is back over 65,000 again, though, so Bitcoin is rebounding back up, which is interesting with higher Dixie and higher yields. All right, is the president speaking yet? I don't see it. Have they not even started the stream yet? Yeah, I don't see any quotes coming through. Yeah, so the president is supposed to speak, but it hasn't started yet. It's supposed to be at the G7 summit in France. We're watching it live, but yeah, nothing yet. He spoke a little bit on the news a few hours ago, but he's supposed to do a speech at 9:30 today, which is now. I told you guys he'd probably be late. NASDAQ coming down here, though. Look at the NASDAQ drop. Make sure this isn't catalyst driven. I don't think it is. SpaceX is going to use X as official channel for company disclosures by bypassing traditional news wires. Yeah, he's not speaking yet. I might buy this dip here. I know it's kind of a risky thing. We're very green on the day. Alright, so we just bought this dip. I'll add some more to it. We're very green on the day, so we can probably add some more to this too. Definitely a little bit more wiggling here, though. We're down a little bit. I'm just assuming we're going to have choppiness ahead of the FOMC, though. I'll put the trade up here so you can watch it. Looks like it wants to rebound, but it did get pushed down quickly here. All right, we got out of some of that again. There we go. Take a little bit more off on this bounce. Take a little bit more off on this bounce, and then we'll hold the rest flat, right under lows. All right, we got to stop, settle, break even on the rest now. There we go. There we go. I'm going to cut the rest off right there at the top. Maybe not at the top, but I'm going to get out the rest of it. Let me cancel this stop loss. All right, so we're out. Very green. Yeah, I don't see him speaking yet. I'm checking most of the channels here, but I don't see him speaking yet. Look at that rebound. So the choppiness did work. Starting to pop all the way back up. And I don't think buying that dip is usually the right move unless it's like a fitting day for it, which is FOMC day. I think it's fitting enough day to buy that dip. Is he live? I don't see him live. You got to be careful watching some of those news sources here. They're going to replay old speeches to try to get you to watch, right? To make you think you're missing something by not watching them, right? So a lot of the news stations do this. But I don't see him speaking yet. Let me check the White House site. Let me make sure. Yeah, I don't see him live at all. Let me check quotes. We'd be getting quotes coming through the news if he was speaking. And I don't see the quotes either, so he's not live right now. If you're watching one, it's probably an old, regurgitated, recycled speech. Yeah, I don't see any quotes coming through, which means he's not speaking. All right, so we did rebound all the way back up after that dip buy here. Still in a big range, though. But market's getting bullish here now. SpaceX is still down since the opening bell, but the NASDAQ just tapped 30.5K. That should be a psychological level to pay attention to. No, it has nothing to do with that, Joe. It's just both news sources. Doesn't matter where they are, but both news sources are gonna like a lot of different news. Like, it's not usually the big news that'll do it. It's usually like the smaller news that will kind of just leave something playing. The worst one is also honestly like Mirror Now. Like, they're pretty bad with it. Alert News is also pretty bad with it. Yeah, but I don't see any quotes. Again, I'm consistently checking the quotes coming through. We would get quotes in most major news sources if he was speaking right now, but he's not. He spoke early this morning, but he was scheduled for 9:30, and again, it just hasn't started yet. All right, NASDAQ popping higher here though. Software is getting hit. Meta. Or Microsoft's dumping. The Dow is ripping up. ServiceNow is dumping too, but ServiceNow honestly is back over 100. Is back up to 101s. All right, so NASDAQ has done a red to green move so far here. NASDAQ still popping up to 540s here. Or maybe it's at 1030. Alright guys, we're up to 30.525s now. SpaceX still dropping down some here. AMC holding over 250. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to buy. I mean, it seems like a buy, but it also goes against my range thesis here. So I might buy. Let me see. I think I should have bought a second ago, not now. We're also at the close to the point of control. No, that's not the point of control. Yeah, Associated Press has it at 45 minutes. Alright, so again, I expect a rangy day here. Look at the NASDAQ dipping down. We're in the high volume area now. NQ at the top of the range. He speaks at 10:30. Okay, I thought it was at 9:30, but maybe it's 9:30 Central Time, which is where I'm at. Yeah, look at us. We're at 30.5s. So we jumped up a little bit here. I'm tempted to buy it. It looks like a buy, but I think today's a little different. But it does look like a buy right now. I'm tempted to. It's just, it's Fed day, so ranges make, you know. I think maybe we're going to range, but who knows. Big range, but sideways is what I'm thinking. Here's a 200 EMA. It looks like a dip though, man. I'm gonna take one. I'll take one. and then add to it if it goes in my favor here. It just looks like such an easy long. I can't help, you know, try it out, but it's very small here, guys. I'm not going to take any big risks on this. One thing I'll do if I don't have the discipline not to take it, I'll take small trades, and then if it goes in my favor, add to it. And see if it holds over the 200 exponential right here. The pattern looks bullish, but it don't always work like that. Okay. There we go. Could have added more maybe here, but it's alright. I could add on a pullback maybe if I want to, but these are minis, or these are micros. I don't trust a mini contract right now. Yeah, we're gonna cut it. That looks bad now. I'm gonna get out here. Small loss. One hour looks bearish. Shock everyone. Shock everyone in what regard? Spacex back to the previous closing price here. Yeah, big range today, guys. Made the most sense. Glad I took small size in that trade. We've been moving up and down in a range, though, for sure. Okay, so the White House does have their thing up where they say we're going to begin shortly. Apparently, this is a bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister of India. But they do have this up right now. You can see it. Where they said we'll begin shortly. I don't see him posting anything about rate cuts out right now. Nasdaq is starting to dump here, though. I still think we're just in that range. Gold C rebounding towards 5K. According to some analysts. Yeah, again, big range, but sideways price action is kind of what we're getting today, guys. So 10:30 Eastern. Yeah. Look at this green candle here, though, guys. So high volume node right now, so just be careful. We'll see what he's got to say today. Or 63s. Is there a way to put volume on the chart? Oh, you mean the volume profile? There probably is on TOS, but I don't use it on TOS. Yeah, again, guys, listen, today's the Fed meeting day. What that means is that we get choppiness a lot of the time. Not always. We could always outlier and go something different. Go a different way, I mean. But usually on FOMC days, we move sideways. It can be at a big or small range. But there's apprehension when we have a big event like this in markets where we could move up, we could move down. So traders just trade less. Investors buy less ahead of this because they don't know what the FOMC meeting is going to do to markets. And so because of that, we a lot of the time get sideways chop. This is why I'm very green on the day, attacking mostly ranges. I'm on standby. I made what I wanted. Short to the fair value gap on the daily. Maybe, yeah. I'm not telling you to do it, but I don't hate it. This is Tradeovate. The platform's Tradeovate. I've been trying to get this Lucid Eval passed here. Maybe I'll take a big risk in that. I almost want to buy down here, though. We still should have some time until the press speaks. I should have bought, dude. I said I wanted to buy right here at 440s. We're at 462s now. Got to go with my instincts there sometimes, I think, but that's all right. You guys red or green so far today, chat? Starting to pop back up. We're at 480s. Ugh, I should have bought. Red, red, very greed, slightly greed, greed, red, very greed, sold half, greed, greed, slightly greed, red, very greed. Made a quick 1,000 after that double bottom. Yeah, we're really ragey right now. Probably had the president's speech here. You trade green, one red trade. I gotta wait until this really choppy price action plays out first. Alright, so getting a little red show up. Where's SpaceX? SpaceX is fading all the way down. Right to the previous closing price for SpaceX. This is an important level for it, 202s. So 202s is a important level, I think, right now. Nasdaq starting to break down here. Look at this drop. SpaceX also broken, is technically red on the day now. Nasdaq starting to creep towards recent lows at 30,400. We have the low of this price action at 30,387 here. Previous closing price is still way down there on the NQ, but we are breaking down some here. Not enough for me to really want to buy it necessarily. All right, look at this breakdown. Nasdaq is now flushing down here. Nasdaq down to 360s. SpaceX shares turn negative. Alright, we're at 370s. Yeah, it could be later than that even. The Trump speech. I almost want to buy this though, just because it is FOMC day. We're at under 30,400s. I think 30,400 is going to be a key level right here to watch. Here. Speech going to make a U-turn? Maybe. Told you diamond is bearish. Gap, gap, gap. No surprise. Look at Spacex 190s, under 200s now. I might very riskily buy this dip. This is the eval that I have though. I gotta make some money on it, so we might take some larger size here and swing. Look for chop. Take a 12. There's 15 contracts. See if we range back higher now. Here we go. We'll give it a second. Again, this is an eval, so I can swing for the fences here. I gotta make a bunch today, so. Markets are definitely pricing it at least some red here. There we go. I'll take a little bit off now. We took some off up there, but not a lot. There we go. That's what we wanted. Start unloading at the top now. There we go. There we go. Yep. Take a little bit more off up there. Lock more in. 3 contracts left. We'll leave these last 3 and then add to it maybe more if it goes in my favor here. There we go. Yeah, the dynamic, I'm going to take a little bit more off and then add back size as it goes up. Yeah, the dynamic here is the Fed day, guys. So the Fed day, I think we have a higher chance of like a better, I'm not telling you what to do. But ahead of the FOMC, a lot of the time we chop, right? So if we break down a lot on FOMC day, I think it makes sense to buy. You never know for sure. We could always turn back down like we are now. But even a small bounce becomes more probable on FOMC days, I think, just based off of historical trends on days like this. Yeah, home sales came in. They showed up strong, 3.8% pending home sales month over month. That probably helped me a little bit too. Yeah, business sales rise 1.2% month over month. Big red though. I'm gonna cut it now and get out break even on the rest. Made a bunch. But look at this red showing up in markets, guys. Wow. Hey, thank you for the subscribe. Appreciate it. Alright, so we just cracked this low. What kind of song is playing right now? No, remind me not to play this song again. I still kind of want to buy this, but definitely a little bit riskier. People are saying the president tweeted. Yeah, so the president said, I will be doing a press conference in 45 minutes from France. I'll then be heading to Versailles for dinner with French and other European leaders and then back home tonight. The trip was a great success, but mostly what people want to talk about is the fact that Iran will not have nuclear and that the Strait of Hormuz will immediately be open. Great numbers in all categories for the economy, with more people working today than have ever worked before. Over 19.1 trillion being invested in the U.S. with factories and everything else happening. But importantly, recent stock market numbers are through the roof because of the settlement, and likewise, oil prices are tumbling down. I should have bought this again. But yeah, the president just tweeted that, basically saying mostly good things. That's why I think during this press conference, markets are going to start pricing in bullishness right now, as I think the dynamic we'll see. I want to buy this again. I think markets are going to start immediately pricing in that the president is going to be saying good things during this press conference, and then because of that, markets might start pricing in bullishness ahead of it, right? It's in 45 minutes. That's my guess. It's never 100%. Remember, take it with a grain of salt. Nobody freaking knows what this is going to do. But I'm assuming we could get something like this. I'm going to buy this dip because of that dynamic and maybe add some to it. But it's a risky thing. And it's going to be smaller, much smaller than the last trade I took. Do you guys agree with that sentiment? Again, let me know your thoughts on it. But that's what makes the most sense to me here. Again, he said we're doing a press conference in 45 minutes. Gonna talk about good things during the press conference is essentially what he said. Markets might start pricing that in. Yeah, Spacex, guys, is down to 193s right now. It's actually dumping here. Yeah, maybe we'll have a bearish day on the Fed. All right, I'll add one more and leave it alone. The trend is bearish, just to clarify. Like, this looks like a bearish pattern. But I think with that dynamic that I just talked about, maybe we'll have bulls step in here and start to get excited. I'm not going to let this thing get down to lows, though. I'm going to actually cut a little bit of this. Take it out small. That way I'm not taking too much risk. I'd rather cut it on the rebound back up there versus holding it through this. And then add back if it goes right. There it goes. Yeah, we'll add back if it starts to push up more. There it goes. Well, I'm using the levels. I'm using previous range levels here. But no, the meeting is not live yet. Not for what I said. Oh, it actually is. I'm sorry. You're right. Hold on. The meeting is live. Where's the volume?
I just want to say he's been my friend for a long time now, and we've always had a great relationship, and it's great to be with you. Thank you very much. Great to be with you.
राष्ट्रपति जी आपसे मिलकर के बहुत खुशी हो रही है और
The meeting is live, guys.
वाशिंगटन में मिले थे
Y'all are right.
हमारे संबंधों में एक नई गति आई है, नई ऊर्जा आई है और कई विषयों में हम बहुत मिल करके आगे चल रहे हैं.
Mr. President, it's a pleasure to meet you here in India. We had an extremely productive meeting in Washington last year, and since then we have given new speed and new energy to our relations. And we are
I'm sorry. This is their cameras doing this.
और
Guys,
हमारे
not
लिए
mine.
खुशी की बात है कि हमारी दोनों टीमें भी मिलजुल करके हमने जो टारगेट तय किए उसको पूरा करने के लिए भरपूर प्रयास कर रहे हैं और हम बहुत तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं.
And we're also happy that our teams have also been working in close coordination and engagement, and they've been working towards achievement of the targets that we had set for ourselves last year.
एक्सेलेंसी, पश्चिम एशिया में शांति के जो प्रयास प्रगति हुई है, इसके लिए मैं आपका अभिनंदन करता हूं।
Mr. President, I commend you for your leadership on the progress that has been made in the efforts to restore peace in West Asia.
आपके इन प्रयासों के कारण पश्चिम एशिया में शांति की एक नई किरण नजर आ रही है और हम आशा करते हैं कि चिरस्थायी शांति बनेगी।
Thanks to your efforts, Mr. President, new hope for peace and stability in the region has been rekindled, and I'm confident that this will lead to a long-standing peace in the region.
एक्सेलेंसी, आप और हम सभी इस बात से सहमत हैं कि हॉर्मुज का खुला रहना एक वैश्विक अर्थव्यवस्था के लिए बहुत ही अनिवार्य है।
Mr. President, you and I agree that keeping the Strait of Hormuz open is vital for the global economy.
एक्सेलेंसी, हम हमेशा कहते रहे हैं कि फ्रीडम ऑफ नेविगेशन सुनिश्चित होना चाहिए और इस पर हम सब ने मिलकर के बल देना चाहिए।
India has consistently emphasized the importance of ensuring freedom of navigation, and we should work together and place a particular emphasis on that.
एक्सेलेंसी, आप जानते हैं कि मैरीटाइम ट्रेड की दुनिया में भारत के लाखों सी फेरर्स आज दुनिया के अलग अलग समुद्र में अपनी सेवाएं दे रहे हैं, विश्व की प्रगति में बहुत बड़ा योगदान दे रहे हैं और मैं समझता हूं कि उनकी सुरक्षा भी उतना ही महत्वपूर्ण है।
Mr. President, you are aware across the world, Indian seafarers in hundreds of thousands are working and they're performing their duties across global maritime trade routes, including the Strait of Hormuz, and their safety is of utmost importance to us.
एक्सेलेंसी, समझौते के लिए शांति के प्रयासों में आपने भरपूर प्रयास किया है। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि समझौते में सी फेरर की सुरक्षा भी सुनिश्चित होगी और उसको प्राथमिकता मिलेगी।
Mr. President, you made tremendous efforts towards reaching this understanding and this agreement, and I'm confident that the issue of seafarers will receive the highest priority during the implementation of this agreement.
एक्सेलेंसी, मैं फिर एक बार पश्चिम एशिया में शांति बहाल कराने के आपके भरसक प्रयासों का मैं पूरी प्रशंसा करता हूं और आपका अभिनंदन करता हूं।
Mr. President, once again, I deeply appreciate and I deeply commend your efforts in ensuring the restoration of peace and making efforts towards restoration of peace and stability in West Asia.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Friends, thank you. Any questions?
President, Mr. President, we just heard the Prime Minister praise your efforts, peace efforts in the Middle
Thank
East.
you.
Do you think you can carry the momentum from the Iran deal over to securing an end to the war in Ukraine? And can you tell us about your conversations with President Zelensky here at the G7?
Well, I had very good talks with President Zelensky and with President Putin, and we'd like to see that one end. I ended 8 wars, and to be honest with you, I thought this would have been one of the easier ones, but they're not liking each other too much, and that makes it much more difficult. But we're working. I had 2 good conversations with President Zelensky and with President Putin. They would.
All right, guys. I'll see what he says. If he says anything important, I'll cover it. NASDAQ is mostly flat leading into it. I wonder if he's going to do this press conference mixed with NASDAQ jumping up here. Look at the NASDAQ. He's basically saying the Indian leader is tough. All right, look at the NASDAQ jump here. Yeah, he's live right now, Kaltenberg. I know. I'm watching it. I don't know. We just hit the VWAP. Again, I don't know if this is market moving right now. If he starts to cover some of the geopolitics, I'll cover it right now. But for now, it's kind of... Yeah, it's kind of tough to hear. There's a lot of yelling, so I'm gonna just wait. Yeah, any important news we'll cover up on the wire. That's what I'm looking at. NASDAQ heading up. Yeah, look, you guys are not going to blame me for not showing this. There's a lot of yelling. Yeah, so still in that choppy range. I don't know if I'm streaming until the FOMC. That's how much time we have left. We have 4 hours left. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, guys. At least at the FOMC press conference. It's only about 3.5 hours until the actual decision. I would normally short this at the VWAP, but I think with today's potential range, I'm going to look at range-bound trades today. Spacex fell all the way down under $200 a share. Bitcoin's still pushing up. Yeah, I'm watching oil as well here, guys. Oil's ripping up right now, actually. So look at oil. Oil up to almost 77s. Yeah, Bitcoin is pushing. Bitcoin's at 65.4s right now. Look at Bitcoin here. Oil is also ripping up simultaneously, though, which is interesting because generally it reacts well to lower yields, not higher yields regarding Bitcoin. But with oil pushing up, maybe we'll have higher yields. What's TLT bonds doing right now? Let's take a look. Bonds are falling, which means yields are rising as we speak here, probably from the higher oil prices is what I'm assuming here. NASDAQ still pushing higher. That's why I didn't short at the VWAP here today, guys. I think it's risky. You think oil may be a short squeeze? I don't know. I think oil's just moving up on geopolitics. And again, I'm listening to the president. He's not really saying anything market moving, really. Nothing's really getting said regarding market moving stuff. What I'm wondering is he going to be doing another press conference at 9:45? Let me see. Hey, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. NM, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, my friend. Shorting the VWAP, and I'm already regretting. Yeah, today is FOMC day, bro. So it's a day in which, like, the VWAP is a trend indicator, my friend. And so with the VWAP being a trend indicator, I think it's a little riskier attacking the VWAP on a FOMC day in which the trend is hard to follow on days like this. I think a lot of the time we get sideways chop. But thank you for the donation, brother. Thank you. I'm watching that 30.5 thousand level here. Is really what I'm watching. SpaceX is at 196. I wouldn't call this a crash, but it's down on the day for sure. Yeah, I did see that, Alex. They said, how confident are you that this Friday signing will happen? He said, deals are amazing. I've done them all my life, he says. I've got into deals that were 100% and they don't happen. I've gotten to deals that there was no chance of getting in done, and then they did happen, and they happened easily. So you never know with deals, but you're going to find out pretty soon. I think it'll be done. They want to sign, he says. They want to get back to normal life. Maybe this VWAP dip might work. Well, it depends on when you think it's a long time. Rambling says we haven't seen a crash in a long time. Depends on if you call 2020 a crash, or if you call last April a crash, like a year ago. Both of those were over 20% drops, so it depends on what you consider a crash. If you're probably talking about more so a bear market. It's been a while since we had a bear market. All right, we're up to 478s, 475s. Bitcoin looking strong. Yeah, Bitcoin's back up to over 65s, although Bitcoin is starting to dip a little bit right now. It's at 65 215s. He said we have the greatest military in the world, the greatest blockade. No, I'm listening to the speech so I can cover that news. So I'm listening to the speech so I can cover the news around it. And it's going to be really hard for me to listen to the speech and listen to music and cover what he's saying and watch markets, He said they want to make a deal. They are so ready to make a deal, he says. All right, look at SpaceX back up to 198. Let's see if we can crack 200s again. It's getting up there. He said a great relationship between India and the United States. He said we had a great meeting with China. All right, SpaceX almost back to 200s. All right, we're up to 30.5K in the NASDAQ here. All right, so yeah, I'm listening to the speech still. All right, NASDAQ still testing 30.5K. SpaceX dipping down. Where's gold? Let's take a look at gold. Gold is actually running up a little bit today. Broke out of that range. So Max, your gold trade might have been right. All right, so we're pushing it up here, guys. We are at 43.70s right now for gold. NASDAQ over 30.5K. Do I want to short this here? Do I want to shorts? I think that's it. Is that it? He said a great meeting on AI. We had all the people here. We're building the biggest in the world, #1 in AI by a lot. And it was a very productive meeting. All right, NASDAQ is still jumping up here. I don't know if I want to short this, but look at gold spike here. Guys, wow. Gold all the way up to 43.78 right now for gold. All right, so I think it's over. All right, that's it. So it's over. Yeah, so that's it for the press conference. It's finally over. Gold spiking. NASDAQ spiking here. Yeah, so gold is spiking. Stock market is running back higher here. Look at the NASDAQ jump. I don't know if I want to short this now. It's a little strong looking to short. But, man, we're starting to get some movement back here. Guys, wow. Let's see if we hold now. Let's see if we hold. But, man, market's starting to fight back. I'll put the music back on. There we go. Yeah, they're done. They just finished. I'm going to take one short here. Kind of risky to short, but we're going to take a tiny short here. A tiny short. Let's see if that works. Tiny short. A tiny short. So we took a little short. We'll add to this if it goes in my favor here. All right, so the short is working here. We might add a little bit more to this right now. All right, so now we're actually flat. I'm still gonna hold my short here, I think. All right, look at this short here, guys. So the NASDAQ's starting to turn back down. I will add a little bit here, just a little bit. And then see if this keeps going down. I could hold it break even. I don't know what I want to do on the rest, but the president's done speaking. Now we're actually red here. I might take a little bit more on a short. I didn't get a chance to add to it, but that's all right. All Alright, this short's working a little bit better. I need to, I'd love a little bit of a larger size here, but that's alright. Alright, so we're dipping a little bit here. Still holding it. How's gold doing right now? I'm scared to turn my screen off to look at it. I'll set a stop loss up here just in case. Gold's still ripping. Got a little bounce here. We're still flat on the trade though. I might add a little bit more, take some larger size at this level here. 6 contracts maybe. Telling me something about my screens here though, guys. Hold on. Dude, no, I don't want you to do this, dude. Okay. Here, let me... Alright, so we're green on the trade. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna take a little bit off there. See if we keep getting drops. There we go. I'll see if we can take a little bit more off there. So we got the IEA gas numbers here show up. I'm gonna add more to this now. All the rest break even though. Big range today, but sideways nonetheless here, guys. There we go. Gonna take some more off up here. There we go. Cut a little bit more down there. Be pretty safe on the rest. Yep. Alright, we're gonna get out right there and just leave it. Very nice trades for the day. Yeah, big reversals. Yeah, the ranged thesis worked today, guys. Again, it's ahead of FOMC. The range thesis worked. Yeah, we had the crude numbers show up too. All right, still breaking down right now, guys. Still dropping here. Look at this. Where's gold? Where's Spacex? Gold's still ripping up here. Here's Spacex. All the way down to 195s. Again, if you want to help support the channel, check out Lucid. Great way to help support the channel. No PDT rule. Allows you to day trade S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, Russell, gold, commodities. Very similar to day trading stocks. Patterns are similar as well. On Lucid, you can get 50% off 2 times in a row. I believe that deal is still going. And you can also go direct to fund it on Lucid. Here's the thing about Lucid. All right, Lucid, everybody loves Flex on Lucid. Why do they love Flex? Is because once you're actually funded, it has some of the best rules in the game. No consistency rule, no daily loss limit once you're actually funded. This is why so many people talk about Lucid Flex accounts. Again, you can get 50% off if you haven't used my coupon code on Lucid yet, twice. You can also get a 150K direct to funded account for about $420 if you use my coupon code BGT at checkout, guys. BGT will get you that discount. A great way to help support the channel. But BGT at checkout will get you that max discount. We have the FOMC decision later on today. Oh, let's see what we get. But I'll put the link up if you want to check out Lucid. You can also check out Apex right now. Again, they got crazy deals on accounts right now. There's the Lucid link if you want to check it out. NASDAQ's still falling, as I thought it might. Hawk or Dove for the Fed meeting today, guys. Hawk or Dove? Jadis, if he is hawkish, do you think we drop? Yes, I do, Ace. I think if he's hawkish, we drop. I think if he's more hawkish than expected, we drop. But again, I think we're gonna have choppy, flat action today. I think he's gonna be data dependent and kind of neutral, is what I think. Hawk or Dove, let me know. I think he's going to have a slight hint of dovishness in his tone. I think he's going to be neutral, but slightly dovish, probably. We don't know for sure, though. The statement releases live at 2 p.m., remember. That's my guess, it's slightly dovish. Chat, do you think he's hawkish or dovish? We did a poll today. 52% say dovish. 48% say hawkish. Hawk or Dove, chat. Hawk or Dove. Gabe's pick says, looks like a giant inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, I think it's just ragey. It does look like an inverse head and shoulders. You're probably talking about the head here, shoulders here. But, I don't know. I think sideways makes the most sense today. Like I said, chat, put Hawk or Dove in chat. Let me know what you guys think. He's the new kid on the block. He's not going to come in like a bull in the China shop thing. Yeah, I don't think so as well. NASDAQ still falling down in this big range like we're seeing here, though, guys. He's going to try to be a dove, but it's against his nature. I think he's going to have a slight hint of dovishness. All right, NASDAQ dipping here, too. Look, big range today, guys. The meeting's at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time today. Spacex still breaking down. Almost the 193s. There's 193s now. Looks bearish. 1 minute foreman. I bet we hear the word deflation a dozen times. Hawkishly dovish. Hawk. Be careful. Yeah, y'all be careful today for sure. Alright, we're up to 30.44 thousand right now. Yeah, y'all be careful. Market looking kind of spicy. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they are. I mean, market's big range sideways. I said it all day today. I'll say it again. I'm like a broken record with it, but big range and sideways action makes the most sense today. That's what we've been attacking today. What are your thoughts, hawkish or dovish? I think he's going to be neutral, data dependent. He's not going to come in screaming dove. I think he'd get a lot of heat for it if he did, but I think he still is going to be somewhat dovish. I think it's going to be neutral, mostly flat, mostly data dependent in his tone, but slightly dovish is my guess here. Another question, what color will his tie be? This is the first time we see Kevin Warsh do an FOMC chairman speech. What color will his tie be today, guys? Let me know. I don't know. I did really well today, but that's just because, you know, we were attacking chop. Red tie I think would be chaos. Blue, I think a red tie would be chaos. Polka dot red or he's fired. Yeah, again, we're going to pause race today. There's a couple things to watch. We're going to stream this live, so subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. We're going to be streaming this live regardless, guys. But at 2 p.m. we get the statement coming out, and the statement will give us some tells on what he's thinking. The statement will give us some tells on where they think inflation is at, you know, what we might see in the path. We also have the dot plot update going live at 2 p.m. That is going to be relevant. We get another summary of economic projections at 2 p.m. today. Very, very relevant, chat. Very, very important. And so we'll see, but be on the lookout for that as well. It should be interesting. We'll see. All right, NASDAQ still falling down in this big range. The head and shoulders, the inverse head and shoulders does look a little bit more valid now, but no, I'm probably going to close the stream down pretty soon and then start another stream at around like 1:30 is probably what I'm going to do. So again, we will see, but it's time. Also, guys, before I head out of here, the Trump press conference already happened, Sam, unless he's doing another one, which I guess he could be. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. So y'all be safe. Again, if you want to help support the channel, check out Apex right now. Apex, again, if you want a cheap prop firm, maybe you don't trade a lot of prop firms, Apex has the cheapest accounts. Right now, at 90% off, you can get $17 accounts, 5 for $85 bundle. End of day trail, you get 5 for $175, $35 each. Even a no activation fee option. I think the 50K is better, though. It's $195 for 5. $39 each. 50K end of day trail, the best one in my opinion. But you can buy a 5-pack bundle. Again, use my coupon code BGT at checkout, guys. BGT, you can use it for Lucid, Tradeify. Take Profit Trader is great for beginners as well. Some of the best payout rules in the game. You can actually take daily payouts with Take Profit. That's why a lot of traders love Take Profit as well. You can use my coupon code to get the max discount at all of them. And y'all be safe today, guys. I'm going to get out of here. We'll see you guys in a few hours. Be safe. Again, market is very rangy, as we thought it might be. Be careful. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Y'all be good. Have a great day. See you guys in 3 hours, roughly 3 hours. Later, guys.